Start stream. I had to start stream to do it on YouTube,
That's
like
a
you
problem.
said.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Wasn't even
Don't
looking
clip
for
that.
I ain't had nothing to do
Y'all
with
trying to
that.
get me banned?
Jeez.
Hey, what you doing? Who it is? Where you come from? Not you dropping drip. You just pulled
I
up
gotta
like
start
that?
cashing out on
You
this
cool
wish
as
list on
hell. Where you
Steam,
go
too.
though?
Bunch of
All right, so we live on YouTube too. Mel, what's good? Say,
You just over here showing off? That what you doing?
copy.
What's your cool ass? Keanu, what's good? I said something about you playing Persona the other day. So, not your name, now fashion leader.
go to the YouTube.
I'll be forgetting I even got that. I appreciate you for the 30 biddies. Easy clap. That's one of my first ever emotes. That's how you can tell how old it is.
This so toxic. I love it.
Let me pin that. Sorry, late, cause Guest Star said no.
Where you at? Where you at?
Just okay.
When Guest Star says no.
Discord says yes. It don't miss.
Discord gonna always hold us.
You funny.
Bring it up.
Let that start. So screen on God.
Hey, shout out to Alex Noramaki, bro.
Oh, that shit nice.
Started.
This one has
So screen.
nah,
Appreciate
you.
you.
I do have a 32 key.
W
I'm
Alex.
thinking about getting a second wing because
It made me want to erase all my shit. W Alex
I'm,
though.
look, I'm about to get multiple made. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They got the knobs on it, so you can
Just
control
to
volume,
switch it up every now and
do
then.
A whole bunch of different stuff with it. It's just a lot on here. Like
Let me tweet me live, get my water that I'm ready. Everybody got their water to hydrate and stuff.
Who fancy? Shout out to Elgato. They
Oh,
fancy.
I don't got no water, but
And
I'm
also, if
hydrated.
you need some,
Well, as long as you're drinking something, you know, got to stay
Yeah,
hydrated.
you
I was about to say,
some,
no-
you
no
been
peace
trying to
out water.
upgrade. You trying to use the light that I use.
You got water?
Or
Okay.
you want to use a stream deck, or you need a green screen. You need.
I thought about getting me a little drinky drink. I ain't gonna lie.
Feel free to use.
Get you a little drink. Drink.
Wine is college.
Gotta give me a
Anytime
second to get a
something new
drink.
come out and you want it,
We can
make sure you
hear
come
that
over here and kick me first.
wine calling
Thank you, Will,
out
for
to
the time on
you.
that one. I ain't drinking no water.
I'm gonna wait till afterwards. That way I don't say nothing crazy.
Nah, that sound crazy.
Nah, you with friends. You not shy, remember?
It's time. It's time.
Listen, but once that wine take
I got
over,
my
this
little
is
water.
Nah, we need to take over then. That's what I heard.
Try it again.
that's
No,
Jasmine.
yeah,
Y'all ain't trying to listen.
Well, you know, huh?
Jasmine plays the video game.
Yes, man.
Hold up.
Locked up. Listen, once she come out the box,
I'll say
And
this.
let's not even
This has
tempt
been a
her.
year
Go
of
ahead
people trying
and
to break
sip.
down black folks and the minorities. If they trying
Jasmine
to-
done played some
anything we
video games.
celebrate,
Come on up.
they're gonna try to tell us that it ain't worth celebrating. They're gonna tell us we victims. This is what pissing me off. They say you gotta have tough skin. They want
too
you to have
funny.
tough skin and ignore it because they don't want you to speak out about it. And if you speak out
I'm
about
trying
it,
to
you
swallow her
victim.
back down.
You victimize.
Yep,
I
there
got
she
that
is.
all day today.
She's
So
here.
like, you trying to silence
Already.
us. So keep talking your shit. Keep talking your shit because they don't care if you silent. They don't care if you talking. They gonna hate you. So do you? Oh, this shit wild, ain't it? This shit wild, ain't it, Cole? I ain't gonna say that. That shit wild. What you telling me for? What you telling me for? I ain't do nothing with you.
Discord, hold it down.
And I dodged the bullet.
Barely.
I dodged the bullet.
Barely.
Well, I hope you take care of that. I'm glad that you're good, but make sure you
Let me just
take
pull
care
this
of
up on my
yourself.
phone.
You take care of yourself.
If you can hear my voice, find the go
take
live
care of
tweet,
yourself.
tweet.
I hit you up later. I hit you up later.
So mine just want to take all day to upload, so we're just gonna do it
Wow,
simple.
Wow, you think I'm about to? And then you telling me what you? Then you was trying to. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up. All right. I'm gonna hit you up.
Go and tab up for key too.
In the bike.
Yup.
When was the last time I did a little Sunday discussion?
I'm better.
100 dubs. Those who aren't backed by
I'm
large.
better than you.
It's been a minute. You just saw what? B?
I just seen that pick 6 that probably got you upset.
Brother.
Po child.
That'll do it every time.
Po child.
Damn. Just take the whole team, put it in
Thank
the
you.
trash for real.
Doc, what now? Mel.
Ooh, big W to start the stream. Let's go.
Oh, my heart.
That looks like a goal got reached.
Mel.
We love it.
Yep.
I appreciate you for the 10. Dr. J was good. We about to start in a bit. Appreciate you for that love, Mel. I'm gonna cry.
And yes.
Especially look, cause ooh, let me tell you. My car hate me. I said happy indie week, hussy. Okay. Okay.
What my weapons was, bro.
One more time so you can hear me with both
I'm
ears.
hurt.
Let me.
I'm hurt.
100%. I think prayers volume good. We're gonna do a volume check for everybody stream, cause just cause we can hear good, don't mean y'all can. So, Mel, make sure y'all show some love to the homie.
Volume right.
Another person who definitely be playing these indie games. Who? Bertrand Niceroni the third.
Nah, you gotta go.
All
Gotta
right.
go. You gotta
Okay. Who? Sir Bertrand. How are you doing today?
That's your name going forward. About to.
I'm calling you Bertrand from now on, dog. Yeah, you're not getting out of it. You're not getting out of it. And we about to get ready to just post this one last thing. Get my questions ready. We be good. I sent it to y'all. I sent the prayers. So I'm just gonna open our DMs. There you go.
Go in the DM.
Cause it goes down in the DMs. What it do? What's good, Cole? All right.
In the building.
How everybody feeling? We ready?
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
We shy?
Red.
What's
Yep.
up?
We always shy.
We lying? We lie. Okay, just making sure we, All right, let's get to it. I hope I pressed the right button. Doesn't work.
Damn. Cold is crazy.
All right, that sound like a big D. Yep, right here.
How'd you know, Cole?
Did you hear it? You hear? I see black people.
Stupid.
Ooh, well, we know how. Oh, I forgot my drink. Oh well.
I'll sip for you.
Hold up. Nah, we all right. I drink afterwards. Cause I don't want Jazz Blue to come out today.
Not Jazz Blue. Not Jazz
Blue is
Blue.
insane.
you
What's good, Cole?
how's everybody
All of them
feeling?
out.
But y'all know how we do it. Indie Appreciation Week has begun. You know, we always like to start off with some of these with discussions with the homies, just talking about the things we love. And we got some dope folks with us today. Many that you know, especially, look at all you people here. We gonna let them introduce themselves and where they stream at, what they do. And yeah, let's get into it.
What's good, y'all? It is your boy, Be Nice or Else. Y'all probably hadn't heard that in a while. That's because currently I'm not actively streaming on my channel, but you can catch me every Wednesday on the Blurred Unite channel streaming this week Inside Your Mouth, which is another weekly episode from the Mouth Universe. Shout out to Cole. Also, shout out to the Blurs Unite stream team as we have the Blurs Unite block party coming up October 16th through the 20th. And I appreciate Blue for letting us take part in the Blue A Academy Indie Appreciation Week, which we always enjoy each year. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And next we have the GOAT. My panda loves me too. Look. See, cause we already told. Look, that's you thought I was gonna. You shook your head. Yeah, you gotta agree now. Yeah.
You got a real on your ballot, ma'am. You gotta say, you gotta comply.
Let's go.
You gotta comply.
I was like, yeah, no, go. Here we go.
Look, you
El
look.
Presidente.
He is too, but
That's what he meant to say.
nah, I said what I said.
Don't introduce yourself.
I am My Panda Loves Me Too, gamer, streamer, and just loving content creation right now.
Love to see it. And the other GOAT.
If y'all don't know me, I am the President Noir, variety content creator, retro game enthusiast, mental health advocate, indie game supporter. You can catch me on the President Noir at Twitch and YouTube. And we all about good vibes and providing a good space for people to enjoy themselves and be who they are.
Love to see it.
All right, and we are all here for a reason. I appreciate y'all for taking part of this. Like indie games is something I know that all of us rock with in some sort of what I was about to say. Capacity. What? Anyway, this is what kind of day it's gonna be. But anywho, the first question I gotta ask everybody here is, what got you into indie games? Like, what made you say, "Hey, indie games are for me"? And that might not necessarily be the first game, but what was your first indie game that you remember playing? Anybody can go any order. We just chopping it up.
I got
Limbo
into
for me. Oh, go ahead.
Ooh. No. Ladies first.
I didn't know Limbo was an indie game, but Limbo was my first indie game.
Limbo.
It's a hell of a game to get introduced by. Yeah.
Right. I got into indie games because, like everybody else, when I started buying games myself, I realized how expensive they were. So on Xbox 360, they had an indie area, and before I understood like what it was to like support games, support developers, and to be able to do these things, I was just a broke college student trying to play games. So I would go into the indie store and I would just download a bunch of random games. I started playing them, and I actually found my very first indie game that I fell in love with, and I still play it to this day, Castle Crashers. And then it has been like I have it on Switch, I have it on PC, I have it on PlayStation. Like, I will play it on whatever I'm playing it on.
True. So for me, I'm the old man in the room. So a lot of my indie game experience kind of first started on PC with shareware titles, and we're talking about back when shit was on like a floppy disk that had a megabyte of memory on it.
Floppy
so
disk.
I was just playing, right? So I was playing a lot of games that just didn't have a lot of big presence, not in magazines or nothing like that. But in modern times, there was this website called Newgrounds.com. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with that. And
That's where I was gonna go.
Newgrounds had a ton of games that were developed by people in their bedrooms, just making little individual games or whatever. And the main driving force behind Newgrounds created a game called Alien Hominid. And one day they announced that Alien Hominid was going to be on consoles. It was going to make it to 360. And that was kind of like the advent of indie developers getting their opportunity to put games on the console. So in modern times, that's really when I was like, okay, I'm seeing what's happening here. And, I got really interested. And Alien Hominid, the developers behind that are also the developers behind Castle Crashers. So, that was just the transition into, people like starting to get into that. But yeah, that's kind of my journey into indie games.
You love to see it. And like, it's crazy how we overlap, but we didn't play the same game, same developers. Yeah. But hey, we still found love, and a commonality of how they was building those games.
And ironically, them the same games that like your answer is my answer pretty much. Newgrounds was the one I first really realized I was playing indie games. Because they used to have so many different things on there, some that you probably don't want to talk about. But good. Let me tell you how it happened. Because I was playing. Yeah, whoever seen the anime Love Hina? So it was a harem anime, you know, back in the day. One boy, all these girls like this person. They had a video game for that, and I was like, "What is this?" And it was, and it was like it was a game like you pretty much were trying to date somebody, but it took all of the comedy they had and made it like even worse. Like it was low key a RPG. Like if you said the wrong thing, you get attacked, or you might get into a fight scene. It was funny as hell, but also everybody welcome in. I like where that come from. Tell me, so we know our first game, but is those the games that told you this is what made me like indie games, or is there another game that made you say, hey, I think indie games are for me?
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley? And why did Stardew Valley do that for you?
Honestly, it reminded me of Harvest Moon 64, and the only game like I played with my mom, and my mom just loved that game, and I got into it, and it just reminded me the mechanics and everything.
Love story.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite series of all time. So
it took Blue like telling me for 3 years to finally play Stardew. Like I fought him. I was like, bro, I'm not playing no farming simulators. I was like, I don't care what you say. I'm not listening to you. And then we made it a Channel Point Redemption. I played that game for like 48 hours straight. I was like,
48 straight?
I was like, this is so fun. This is so fun. You play by yourself with friends. And then also too, like the big thing for me that I like about indie games is, so I'm a business owner, I'm a content creator, so I do a lot of things myself. Hearing the stories of these indie game developers are wild sometimes. You know, Stardew Valley's made by one person. And to see so much in that game makes me value the passion for indie game developers and people who make these games without these big budgets, because sometimes they're not necessarily doing it for money. You know, some of them do want to get paid, but they're doing it for a love for gaming, or they want to share a story. So I resonate and connect with that a lot.
Yeah, the game you could play like a mini game inside the game. You can marry whoever you want. It's just the customization of the game was just super awesome.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate and we love the fact that Stardew Valley exists, because the farming sim genre was, you know, kind of niche and, you know, very beloved by the people who played it, but
really only one person that was in it that was killing it.
Yeah, and Stardew really just kind of expanded the visibility of that genre and really made it a thing where now, you know, everybody loves it. Everybody, you know, I mean, of course, there are a lot of different developers who have made their own farm sim, and you know, it's fine, it's cool. But you know, Stardew is definitely the modern kind of grandfather of bringing that genre into modern times.
But is that a game that got you? Like, is that one of the games that?
Oh, for me, no. I mean, for me,
the same ones you already said.
Got me into indie game, yeah, Alien Hominid. Now, you know, that's not my favorite indie game of all time, but it's certainly the one that was like, all right, I see what's happening in the indie space, and that's what pushed me forward into learning more about and playing more indie games.
Did anybody ever play Journey on PlayStation?
Yeah, but I heard about it. I did not play it.
That might be the one that had me like, oh, they mean business. Like, indie games mean business. Because Journey was so well received, but it was all like that was a game that usually JRPGs are the ones that get me into a story, that get me into the characters, but Journey did that with very little, but it was a lot at the same time. So I think that's one that for me that really got me into it. But since you said your favorite, I heard you say that's not my favorite indie game. What is your favorite indie game? And that goes for everybody else too. What is everybody's favorite indie game? At least right now.
Throughout the years, there's been, I was about to say, right now, there's a lot of different games that have kind of stolen my heart throughout the years. But to this day, Hades is by far my favorite indie game of all time. It scratches so many different itches. It has the RPG elements. It's a top down kind of isometric view game, which I gained love from that through Diablo. It's a roguelike, which I have fallen in love with, especially as an adult. Roguelikes have become my favorite game type. So and it's just well written. The dialogue is great, the audio is great, the music is great. It's just a very well designed game. I can never stop playing Hades. So right now, for sure, that is my favorite indie game of all time.
Amen to that. But you
I
guys,
just realized Prez just got me in the top-down games because I played like 3 or 4 top-down games after I finished playing Diablo with him, and I realized that I just started playing those games when I started playing. Favorite. I've already said my favorite. Castle Crashers. I can play that as many times as need be. Hades. It is a really, really, really fun game. I just have to work on my mechanics when I'm playing games like that. But I played Hades for a long time. But I have still actually not completed my first run yet. Still fighting a good fight. Still got it downloaded. But that would probably have to be my number 2 with a close with Stardew Valley. Number 3.
can I guess, Penny, that Stardew might be yours, or is it something else?
Stardew is, I would say Stardew and Tiny Bird Garden.
Tiny Bird Garden. So, for those who may not know, what is Tiny Bird Garden? I mean, it's probably about a bird in a tiny garden, but
It's like a virtual pet simulator. You can go and collect like all kind of birds. You could customize your garden. You could raise baby birds. It's just I haven't played it in a while because my PC is not letting me do anything. But it has to be right there with Stardew, if not exactly with Stardew.
Yeah, this is super cute too. I'm looking at it now.
Let's see, you got me wanting to go look.
Yeah,
right. I think everybody did.
Y'all know. I like. Look, that's one thing. Cause the chill. That's what I like about indie games too. Is they tend to let you do things you wouldn't do in real life, but make it fun in the video game form. Because you think I'm about to farm in real life? No.
No.
I'd have a bird garden if I could, but that's probably hard to do too. But I think for my favorite, I would definitely have to say, just for overall impact, I gotta go with Celeste. Like Celeste really, when I realized what the game was about, the mental health journey,
The mental health, yeah.
and the game was hard, but it's like, it's hard, but you got this. You can still climb that mountain. Don't give up. Keep climbing, and then it might be some demons chasing you. Your own demons that might be you. Might be some things you got to overcome, but you still got to climb that mountain and face your fears, face your problems head on. And I think Celeste is one of those games that really just, I'm like, dang, I didn't expect this, and that's definitely my favorite just from that standpoint. Otherwise, I would say Hades. Otherwise, I would have said Stardew, but Stardew low-key getting replaced for me by Fields of Mystery. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Have y'all played Fields of Mystery yet?
I have not.
I haven't, but I've been seeing everybody enjoying it, so I know it's gonna be great.
Look,
Yeah, same.
that might be the one.
The other day, I was like, that's kind of big.
If you can't pen, you might want to check that one out if you haven't yet.
No facts.
Let me see. Cereal was good. Outlaw was good. Just saying, hey to everybody. Blue said, Farmer who? Right. Real life? No. Let me check. Anybody else in the chat? I saw Gunsource say, I want to say Cave Story, which is a classic, and Hyperlife Drifter.
Oh, we gonna talk about Cave Story at some point for sure. I know some questions down the line. Yeah, I got some things to talk about Cave Story, but yeah.
Let me see. But does your favorite game is that a game that you identify with the most? Like for me, I gotta go Celeste because of just the journey. But do any of those games are those games that you identify with, or is there any game that really spoke to you and who you are as a person or your journey?
I was
like, or is that a doozy?
I'm thinking of like a Short Hike. I'm thinking of Stray. I'm thinking when you say the unpacking, like
Yeah.
Ooh,
there's
unpacking.
just so many that just talk to me, touch my soul. You know, like I'm so unorganized, and unpacking, like most people think, oh, I'm just putting stuff in order. But for me, with autism and my dyslexia, it really helps me like soothe my mind. I can't put that into words, but I'm actually
That makes sense to
unpacking
me.
stuff. You know, like I'm putting this away, and my brain is like, okay, cool. We're instead of, you know, some people drink, some people smoke, some people, I play video games, and sometimes those, they're not just video games. They're really useful tools.
Mhm.
Like Stray, you can go and sit and hear music and just, I mean, you play the game, but it's also like the journey itself is also for me like the game. I'm so bad with
I love
words.
that.
No, I love that because for me, I'm right. I obviously have some context of you as a creator, but I'm thinking about these games and I'm thinking about you explaining it to them in the context that you're talking about. And these games do identify with you as somebody who is actively working on, you know, creating better mental health, creating a safe environment. Like you already do that within your communities. The games should also mimic that, and that actually made me think, Blue. So that was a great question. It made me think, and I put a list of like all the indie games that I've kind of played just to have an idea, like quick reference, because we all play so many games, but games that identify with me, and I know Blue can say this one immediately because he watched me play it a lot earlier in my career, Brawlhalla. And I used to, you know, tell everybody, I'm gonna put my hands on you, you're gonna take my love. Like when you think about me, sometimes you do think about violence because I play a lot of games where I'm talking smack. So like Brawlhalla is one that definitely correlates with me. And then I like to shoot guns every now and again. I've got away from more games with shooting, but Farlight 84 was a game. I was looking for things outside of like the traditional games like Overwatch, Fortnite. I'm trying to look for something a little different to play. And Farlight 84 did have a really, really, really good run with me. But when somebody thinks about me, they're like, oh, Brandon, he does play shooting games. He does play fighting games. Those are two indie games that I definitely enjoyed from two of my favorite genres. And people can use that.
Yeah, you know, I had to think about this for a second. Like, what indie game have I played that kind of identifies with me or my journey? And I had to dig deep for a second while y'all were talking.
Look, it's a question.
It's a good question though. It's a fantastic question. There was a game that was released, I want to say either 07 or 08 called Braid. And the purpose of Braid was you were puzzle solving, but the primary mechanic was the manipulation of the flow of time. And when I think about it, like part of what I have started to look at life like, especially as an adult, is not to look at time in a linear format, right? Like I'm 37, and one of the things that I'm doing right now is working on my weight and trying to get back into a like really good athletic shape, trying to, in a way, turn back the flow of time. And a lot of times when people get older, you get more advanced, you just kind of like, oh, you know, this starting to break down and I can't do this no more, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to buck that trend. All the things that people feel like they can't do, they can't play video games, they can't be fun, they can't be athletic, they can't be this, that. I'm basically trying to destroy all of that and, you know, just keep my youthful self. So, you know, Braid in a way, you know, makes you feel like, okay, this is the way things went, but you can always turn back the hands of time and go through it a different way. And that's kind of what I identify with right now.
So
nice W. I've seen, let me see, Cave Story again. Now, you said you was gonna talk about Cave Story. Look, Cave, it sounds like one of the ones. I really like what y'all said about that because I think the big things with indie games that people don't understand, and I think B, you said this earlier, is sometimes they're not just making it for money. They're making it because they're passionate about it. They have a message to send. And a lot of these games have messages. And you said a short hike, an unpacking. The unpacking one was, because there's so much in that game. It's a simple game, but it's a big story in that game if you pay attention. Yep. But the way that you explain it, I would never thought about that, and then it'll make sense to me. So I think that's dope.
But it really just gives your brain a break.
And I think that's why I did so well. Like, I know people look at it and like, what is you playing a game about rearranging and unpacking stuff? That's a waste. That's
Like,
stupid.
this
Ooh,
isn't.
what is that? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Siri was good, but you know that leads into my question: is the why do you believe people should play indie games? Like, what's the reason that people should be paying more attention to indie games and should be playing them?
I'll start. For me, my belief that people should be playing indie games is because a lot of I guess a couple things. One, a lot of the innovation in game creation right now happens in the indie game space. Most of the mechanics, most of like your favorite things that you're seeing in AAA titles started off as something that was an experiment, something that was off kilter or never seen before in the indie development space, right? The reason we have Battle Royale in every single game now is because of PUBG, which was an independently developed thing. And so if you are wanting to kind of have your finger on the pulse and, see like what people are doing, because when it comes to like corporate development and AAA titles, they're wanting to focus on things that are proven, things that are going to guarantee make money. Indie developers at times are going to take a chance. They're going to do something that's creative passion at heart that may or may not be commercially successful, but it's definitely going to be something that's going to be very different, a very good experience, like unpacking, right? Like what AAA developer is going to be like, hey, let's make a video game about packing up and then organizing clothes? Nobody, right? But like Blue was saying, there's such a strong story that's told without any dialogue at all, just paying attention to what items change and how things grow and look different as the person is getting older. And so you should be playing it for that. Also, just to support indie development as a whole, you should be playing and paying attention to indie games. Indie development certainly requires and deserves our support. And the thing that I hate the most is seeing an indie game that is kind of marginally successful, and then a AAA title takes all of those mechanics and puts it into a big game, and then that game ends up being super successful, right? The indie developer really deserve that success. So double up on, you should be supporting indie game development because they are the backbone of the games industry as a whole.
That's a statement I hear quite often, and I didn't think about it until Blue explained it, and then just listening to you. Indie games really are the backbone. Everything pretty much, unless it was born from a major studio, comes from that path. And I look at it like sports. You come from an amateur background. A lot of people may look at indies as amateurs, but these really are professionals. They just haven't been given the chance yet. And I think about me as a creator, working, actively looking for opportunities. And so what do? To support that same process? I reinvest in playing indie games, not just playing indie games, but buying them, doing content on them, so that they get the just due respect that they do too. So 100% agree with Prez.
Yep, I agree.
Well,
Literally what I was gonna say.
I mean, it ain't much you look.
Yeah, with indies, you just get the more unique games. I feel like it's more artwork than games. It's somebody taking different pieces and adding it in versus the more games that are in our face, like Apex. And it's just with indies, I've learned that it's not always what it seems on the surface. There's some underlying artistic love. You could tell they really enjoyed the game, not we have to get this game out because these people are waiting for this game.
See some comments from chat. Also, shout out to y'all over there on YouTube. I see someone say Deep Rock Galactic hype. I love this comment from Miss Tiffany Chanel, because we know Miss Tiffany likes those horror games. And unpacking gave me anxiety. These cozy games do not be cozy for me. But then Mel made a great point. Unpacking for the first 3 rooms is cozy. After that, baby girl's life is spiral.
No, it did.
And I'm like, I'm sitting here like, hold up. What happened to the other shoes? What happened to what's going on? What happened? What happened to this story? I thought this was chill. Like if you paying attention, he's like, oh no, that ain't work out.
Couple issues.
That ain't work out. And now she rediscovering herself, which is dope. Let me catch up on anything else. I'll say What Remains of Edith Finch, which is another one of those games that's like, wow. Puzzle games do be work simulators. So I told you I'm not doing that work in real life, but I'll do it in a video game. So we've said why people should play them, but why do you think people avoid ending games or don't show respect? And let me ask you first, B. Like, why do you think this?
A lot of it is willful and unwillful ignorance. For somebody whose journey started a little bit later than traditional, I feel like I did not have the general knowledge about indie games, about developers to understand it. I grew up very, I guess, like ignorant to the fact of how games were made and the process. And I feel like if information is made available, that we actually tell the stories of their journey, people will get a better understanding and more respect for it. Kind of like how the NFL, gets all of these rookies and puts all these stories out there to make people buy in to come into the draft. So if we put that same energy into understanding about indie games or people promoting them, I think that they would know. So at least for me, it was ignorant, both willfully and non-willfully. Because even when I learned, it was indie games, it's like, oh, I'm not playing that because my homie's not playing that, and that's not what I see on TV, and that's not what cool people are doing. I had to realize, right, that I should be able to make decisions on my own games that I want to play, and it shouldn't be just based off of a popularity. I also, around the time that I started gaming for real, had somebody who was in my ear telling me these things, and I ignored them for about 3 or 4 years until I finally started listening to them.
I know that person had a headache, whoever that was.
For sure. I used to argue with them like every other day. Like, I'm not. And y'all laughing, but we are legit, bro. We used to argue every other day. He'd be like, "Hey, yo, check out this game." I'd be like, "I'm not playing that
game." What about you, Panda?
I think for me, like, Be Nice was saying, I was just ignorant. Like, oh, it doesn't have the color scheme. Oh, this looks, like they didn't put a lot of time and effort. But again, once I actually started playing, like, my streaming career, I started out with Apex. I played Apex straight for like 2 years. Ooh. And then I was like, I'm paying for Xbox. Like, why am I not trying out all these games? I have access to all these games that I'm not utilizing. And then you start playing them, you're like, wait a minute, these are actually pretty cool. Like, I really like playing these. Like, I got stuck on Vampire Survivor for like hours. For
no prayers like that one.
Yeah. What do you do? I was like, I'm in this game. I gotta get past this 10 minutes, okay? I gotta do it. Like, it just takes you by such surprise, by such storm, and you actually can tell, like, the love that they put into these games. It's like, now my backlog is ridiculous. Like, I feel like One Piece, I'm never gonna get through all these games. I'm never gonna get through all of these games.
Indie games are the friends we made along the way, huh?
Yeah.
What about you, Prez? Why do you think people avoid indie games or don't take them seriously?
I think, it's a couple of things. One, capitalism is built on the back of public opinion, and public opinion is shaped by advertising. So indies don't really have the access to put their game in everybody's face 24/7 the way that a AAA developer can just, put a game in a magazine, put a game on a TV commercial, put a game on an internet commercial, put a game in a bar somewhere when you're on a website, right? And one of the things that B said earlier that kind of hit the head on the nail, like, gamers oftentimes, especially when you are part of a group of other gamers, you're going to be playing what the homies are playing. So if the homies ain't farming, if the homies ain't playing Stardew Valley, if they not out here, you know, playing Castle Crashers or whatever the case may be, then you got to play what everybody else plays, right? And sometimes, especially for the more casual crowd, that just becomes the Call of Duties, the NBA 2Ks, the Apexes, the, you know, the general titles that everybody's you know, playing on. But when you get that opportunity to kind of expand and explore beyond the things that are, you know, seen on every site and in everybody's face 24/7, there's a really rich, diverse amount of video games that's out there to be played. The other thing, though, about it is it's a little self-inflicted, right? And let me explain that. One thing I saw Gunsword say in chat was they look like quote unquote mobile games or something like that. Right?
That might have been serious.
So, I can remember who said it. But when I think back to like not even just on Steam, but all the way back to Xbox Live Arcade when they first introduced the indie development scene, and they released the C# language so that indie developers could put their games out on Xbox Live Arcade, there were a lot of trash games, right? There are a lot of games that was just BS. And you know, that's not the indie game's fault as a whole, but anytime there's forward-facing technology and things become easier to do to the bigger public, there's gonna be a degradation of the quality of those things. So you saw a lot of trash coming to the Xbox Live side.
The Wii Shop too.
Yeah,
We shop too. Yeah.
We Shop. Yep, We Shop too.
eShop still doing it.
Dare go into Steam and expand. Don't ever like when you go into Steam, don't ever say you want to see mature games, because you will see some real.
You're gonna see some real mature games, or get emails from Keymailers saying, "Do you want to have a Twitch orgy with your viewers?" I'm like, huh?
I don't want it.
What?
Pineapple.
You know,
Say word.
that just became a thing, right? It just became a dumping ground for games that weren't really well done or that great, but easy to put out. And so if somebody who is not into indie games and don't really understand the scene like that sees that, they're gonna be like, oh, that's what indie games are. It's just a bunch of horny, you know, not really well put together video games. And that can throw people off as well.
Let's get into some comments in the chat, because there was a lot of them on that topic. I know you quoted it earlier, but Serial definitely said they avoid them because they look like mobile games. Or Gunsword said because they don't have 8K graphics and heavy marketing, which I see that. Mel said, I personally love indie games because I grew up without traditional games. I would get the free ones that came with the AOL CDs or the phone books.
Yeah, y'all remember them demo discs?
Oh,
that you used to get? Man, what?
A memory unlocked. A memory unlocked.
Listen, Mel out here preaching that and them demo discs.
And them demo discs was
you
W.
to get from Pizza Hut, if you got like Terrific Kid or something, they had like the demo disc too.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody judging you.
That's the best.
We appreciate
nobody
that, because again,
No,
like you
definitely.
unlocked a
Definitely not
memory.
judging.
Like I'm with you on that. Say something again, Panda.
Okay, some.
Come back.
Because your mic was
Yeah,
kind of
come
low.
back.
I think your mic was cutting out a bit, Panda.
Oh no, I was telling.
Oh, okay,
No,
okay, cool. All right, let me see who else had. Lau said, I think people avoid them and don't take them serious because they don't get buzz or don't have a big name behind it. So they assume it's not good, but it's not like music artists on the underground scene. If the homies ain't farming, I ain't farming. Cause
Bro, that had me screaming. Homies ain't farming. I ain't farming.
let me
Well,
see.
luckily for me, the homies were farming. I still was saying no, but
Indie games are damn near the only place you can go to find games with different kinds of art. Right. Like, these big companies really don't, like someone said, 8K graphics and stuff. It's funny. I've been talking about this all week. And I know me and President said this a lot. which should probably come again later on, but I'm gonna say it now. Indie games and Nintendo have been pushing that. Let's be creative with the art, or let's be creative with the ideas, and let's be creative with fun first. And y'all see how much Astrobot is pushing out right now. Like everybody's saying it's the most fun they ever had. Ooh, PlayStation's changing the narrative again. Like, indie games have been doing this. What are you talking about? So it's one of those things. Let me see.
Definitely pushing the envelope. Definitely giving more than just what's popular right now, because now everyone's trying to be, like Nor said, PUBG. Like really took off with Apex and Fortnite and Call of Duty. So they be pushing. That's something I had to learn. I was like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't have had some of my favorite games if it wasn't for an independent game. Like,
and I kind of lead into what I think Prez kind of already talked about this earlier about how we feel about the relationship between indie games and AAA titles. Borrowing ideas, like with the shape of gaming today, who do y'all feel? What do y'all feel we need as far as in gaming? More indie games? Do they need to get more support? Like, what's the shape of gaming in your opinion when it comes to the relationship between indie games and the AAA titles? What do we need to see more of or less of?
I am absolutely over these bigger companies buying out these small.
You cut out a bit.
Stealing their mechanics that work the best for them and then putting them into games. I really wish that we could figure out a system or ecosystem in which we could support indie developers or be able to put proper funding into these independent companies. Because honestly, video games are flourishing. It's the best time to play games, but it's also one of the hardest times to make it in the industry, just because, in order to make decent stuff, you need a certain amount of equipment, certain amount of budget. So I really wish we could reallocate that, or as consumers decide that we want to spend majority of our money with this group of game makers versus our bigger ones. And at least in the content creation field, if we diversified what we did, obviously we have favorite games we like to play. There are certain games and companies we're sponsored with. But even if we started ourselves diversifying the games that we play so that our communities, when they see them, that would probably make them more susceptible to want to play these games and check these out. Because, their favorite creators, the people they enjoy sitting with and playing video games, or at least watching, are also doing that. So I think it starts with us as consumers, refocusing on what we're doing, and then just really looking at the overall landscape and seeing what needs to be improved, because there is a lot in the gaming community right now that does need to be improved in order for everybody to be trending. Right now it is very, very top heavy, and we are actively working each day. And when I say we, I'm saying me, because I'm a part of that. Even though I'm not developing games, even though I'm not helping with that process, I'm playing those games, right? And I'm also empowering creators to do that too in our block party.
Yeah, 100%. We all have our part to play, like you said, whether that's, granting visibility, having discussions like this in open forums where people can learn more and understand more about things they didn't know. I think one of the main things, like, video game development as a whole probably has gained more what's the word I'm looking for? More respect in the past decade than it ever had before. And there are, like, if you think about things like filmmaking, right? There are multiple grants in multiple states that states will offer to have you come and create a film in their state. They'll actively give you money so that they can, reap the benefits of that. And I know, there are certain funds that are out there for games, like the Indie Fund is literally called the Indie Fund. And I think that has existed for maybe like a decade now. And they have funded certain indie development in certain games. Like Castle Crashers, I'm pretty sure was funded as a part of the Indie Fund. So that's how long that has lasted. But we need more opportunities like that, more things that don't just exist as things that were created within the community itself, but also, it would be nice if people could, find grants, find funding, find these different things to help the industry along. Like AAAs don't need that; they just self-fund themselves. They have the money, but a lot of ideas never get off the ground just simply because the money for that group of people just doesn't appear to exist. But it's definitely out there. We just have to coordinate it and get it into the hands of people who are creating new games.
You got anything, Panda? Or you?
They've touched on. I think I would just say that the bigger companies, it feels like they're not listening to the smaller, like to the content creators, to the people who actually play their games day to day. It's just about money, microtransactions. Like, why am I paying $60 for games and I can pay another $30 for this? Like, can I get to the game? Can I get to the actual game? And that's one of the things I love about indies. It's like, I'm just playing the game. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. No agendas being pushed. It's just, hey, this is what I've created. Enjoy it.
Speaking of, I think that's a big thing too. I think it's not even about, they listen to the wrong people sometimes, or the conversations that's happening. And I wouldn't even say it's just place. It's really most of them. But at the same time, you know what's funny? The company that a lot of us probably have disliked for years, has an indie initiative, EA, the EA Originals,
which is nuts. I ain't even
And go ahead, Prez. Go ahead and
no. I was gonna say EA's what EA gained in hatred was self-inflicted, right? They were the
microtransactions,
proprietors and microtransactions and loot
Sims.
boxes, right? They deserve it. But on the other end of the token, EA has done a lot in the background. And so you're right. Like, it's unfortunate when, all of your bad faith decisions basically erase the good things that may be going on in the background. So, when people say they hate EA or, EA deserves whatever, they made that bid, right?
The word was good.
Yep.
So they do need to do better, but I've seen some efforts in multiple companies. Xbox, I see somebody say earlier, I wish they go back to 360 days. Like, they have a lot of indie games on Game Pass, and they tried to have these events to display. I'm saying with Nintendo, the problem is a lot of people don't listen to it. A lot of people, if you look in the chat, you look at what people say. Nobody want this. Where's Doom 3? Where's Doom 4? Where's all of this? But that's also, I think that's a silent minority. But I mean, a loud minority. But
they allow that loud minority to cater to how they end up with their end product. As long as a few people are allowed, they make the changes. But where I have an issue at is when we, as the actual creators or people who want that, are allowed about things, then we don't turn around and get that same.
That's what I was saying. That's what the problem is. You take Tales of, Zao? Tales of Kinizera? EA original, by the way, indie game. Black man led that charge on that game. And if y'all saw the internet, there was a lot of people attacking him about it. DEI games. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say that. No. You know, like I know the what's really happening there. But yeah,
and that all goes back to the importance of what all y'all are saying. Is why it's important that we do things like this. Why we keep playing those games. And shout out to him and shout out to the people that defended him. People stood on business with that. We wasn't about to let that happen, even though they try to show Steam numbers saying the game not successful, blah blah blah, this and that. PlayStation gave, because that's another thing too. That's one thing PlayStation did too, was put their game in a lot of people's hands. I know we get tired of PlayStation Plus and things like that, but that's the indie game that got seen by more people because PlayStation put it on their PlayStation Plus program.
Yep.
And Nintendo does these indie worlds. A lot of those games get a lot of shine because of that. The Switch is a great place to play indie games.
For sure.
And y'all know how I feel about Xbox. But also, the Xbox is a great place to play indie games. And believe it or not.
Let my box make it.
Believe it or not,
people,
PlayStation is too. Does it get talked about as much? In state of plays, maybe, but as far as a main marketing tool, probably not. But they all have them there. It's just certain people do it better. But I don't want to look. Fuck it. I do want to be me. A lot of Xbox main consumers don't like indie games, and that's what the problem is. They are there doing it and handing it out to you, but their main audience is what? Give me the shooter. They American, it's an American company. You know, Americans love their guns. So give me the shooter.
The NCAA.
Give me
I used to be one of them. Like, I can sit up here and talk from the barrels of my chest because I used to be one of them who stood on Xbox, who you couldn't tell nothing, who they were the best, and really, like, until I started to expand my horizon, I got my Switch and I got my PlayStation, I got my PC, and started realizing there's so much more of a bigger world in gaming than those specific areas. And that's kind of what I was saying. They cater to that small group that's real loud for some reason, and then when the group that opposes them that's also as loud, they don't return that energy.
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No. Go ahead, Panda.
You sure? Okay, I was gonna say with Xbox, I will say that as a avid user, I've been using it since I started gaming. They have been pushing more indies. I'm not gonna say they give it they don't give it its own little scrolling, but that's how I got in, because they were like, hey, look at this. And I'm like, I'll check it out, because I was so focused on just the big names that were out. So they do with their Game Pass, they are like exploring more indies. I think they're maybe just because
it's really carrying them, honestly.
Indies is starting to pick up. I think it was 31% of all Steam sales. Either was it this year or last year? I know they had like 184 billion. So I feel like companies are trying to be like, oh yeah, like we need to get on that. It's slow rolling, but I feel like our voices it shouldn't take this many of us to be like, hey indies, for companies to start picking them up.
That's what I was saying with Xbox. Like, they do a good job at it. It's the consumer that on that side of it, they are pushing them on Xbox.
You're spitting. You definitely spitting on that. I think, and first and foremost, I'm not a corporate, white flag or anything like that, right? But Microsoft does not get enough credit throughout the conversation as a whole, not in spaces like here where we understand, what's been happening, but Microsoft don't get enough credit for what they did for the indie industry all the way back to Xbox Live Arcade. They have been creating opportunities all the way back to creating the C# language that allowed more people to develop directly for their console. Game Pass and the advent of including a lot of indie titles within Game Pass, you're right. It is the consumers that wasn't really jiving with it that much, but when you got Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass, that's where you see a lot more of the indie games that are out there being utilized. On console, maybe not so much, but Microsoft, they do see the path, right? They see, how indie games can push the industry forward, and having more support, having more games day one. There's so many games where I'd be like, indies are coming up. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to play that. And I realize Core Keeper day one on Indie Pass, right? Like, there's so many opportunities where that's happened now. And, for everything that Microsoft may mess up as far as Windows is concerned, they do well.
Let's be honest.
When it comes to supporting indie games.
And even right now, I think that's what's carrying Game Pass, in my opinion, right now, are the indie games. And maybe Microsoft as a whole, because their main games have not been up to par to some people's standards. But one thing you can't say, and like Panda said, they got the indie games and they pushing them and they good. You gotta go over there and play them.
They're honestly just probably waiting for the next big thing, because if you look at the trajectory of Xbox from what Prez said, that Xbox Live era, there's always a game every couple of months or every couple of years that would kind of pop them into the next transition of kind of what they were doing. You got that whole H was the I'm trying to think what I look into my list.
Look at your list.
I know, that's why I made it for, right?
Look at your list.
Right. We're not here to judge at all.
Look at your list, dog. You think I ain't been over here with this phone this whole time?
Got my list.
You think I remember these questions by heart? No, we got so much going on in our brains, so much going on.
So much.
But
It's
if
the
you,
best thing I could ever done was
We
make
are
the list.
look.
yeah,
We
Blue,
content
shout
creators,
out
not
to Blue
magicians.
for also, yeah, shout out to Blue for making sure one, he got the questions out to us so we can have time to prepare properly. It's always great. I'm just taking a quick sidebar to have someone who's when they're hosting a panel that they make sure you know everything, they get you the questions, and you feel comfortable before you get started. So just quick W there.
Trying.
But just taking a look at my list, like you got games like Cuphead, and I'm just talking about games that I played on the Xbox, either Game Pass or during the Xbox era of arcade or 360. So Cuphead, Hades, Castle Crashers,
360.
Brawlhalla. These are all games that I played. Stardew Valley, all that I played during the the Xbox Game Pass era. That are indie games and that I only had access to because I had the Game Pass. Like I would have had to buy them if I had them any other where. And I was a big component of the Xbox Game Pass. Like
That's a benefit.
I wasn't playing the other games. These were the games that I was playing with my Game Pass. So like not thinking about it then, but listening to Blue talk about it, indie games are literally saving some of these bigger, your PS, your Xbox, your Steams, keeping them afloat.
Definitely is,
these games.
Because PC,
I mean, look at go ahead. Sorry.
look, I'm just gonna say PC they they got indie games on lock. Because like Fred said earlier, they put everything on that mall. Most indie games got to go to Steam first anyway to make the money back to put it everywhere else. But go ahead, Fam.
I was gonna say, like, look at Power. Like Power, now they dropped the ball. They should have done so much with that. But
Came and went.
I had seen people so excited for a game in so long. Like, and all of my friends were playing. Everybody was playing Power. My whole list on Twitch, Power. So it's like you. I know that had to make like Pokemon, like Sony, and then be like, okay, we got to do something because they are loving it. They are eating this up. You telling me they're not working behind something behind the scenes? Nah, they coming out with something because everybody was just so like, it was so new, refreshing. It felt like someone had listened to us and made a game for us that we had wanted, that we wanted to do, that we wanted to interact with. That it when it first came out, it was really awesome.
It took off. It took off.
Was cracking. It definitely was cracking in the beginning. Had a lot of elements that I think could have translated over to other games, but I just think
It's also a survival game first before it's monster catching game. It was different. It was his own thing.
It was his own thing. But also that's what makes
With a little bit of
indie
stealing.
games pop. Yeah, look, no, we've been stealing for quite some time now, so that's one thing we definitely correlate.
A little bit.
A little bit. But that's the indie market, right? The indie market is allowed to try things like that, to be able to take a little element from here, a little element from there. And I think the message we've been pushing is we got to make sure we highlight and we identify those, and push them more. And I'm even trying to think in my mind, what can I do more? Like we have this Indie Appreciation Week. Prez, you actually gave me an idea. I was like, Indie Pack.
That's all I heard.
A pass for indie games? Like that might not be what he said, but I was like,
all I hear is
It's kind of right at that last.
I'm like, what he said? Every time you say it, it's like you back up.
Indie pass. Yeah, I know.
All right, there we
like
go.
There we go.
There we go.
I need to switch this mic out. You have taken. I can't even cut my camera off and then come back.
Nope, you're gonna fuck everything up. I'm fighting.
Yep, that's why I was like, nope, I can't even do it. So I'm gonna pass it on.
Nah, I made some great points. Like you said, like Power World had folks was in this thing excited.
Happy.
9 million? What? It was 10 million in like 3-4 days? That don't make no damn sense.
Yep.
Something like that, yeah.
It was crazy.
It don't make no sense. Helldivers did the same thing, but that ain't indie. But that's nice. That's a lot. Only people that can do that is Pokemon.
Yeah.
So something fun. And I think Prez might have answered this before. I know my answer, but I want to hear from y'all. If indie games had an official mascot, like let's say Mario, Pikachu, Sonic the Hedgehog, the newly Astrobot, you know, somebody that represented all of indie games. If you saw that face, like, oh, this must be an indie game event. Oh, this is about indie games. Who would be the mascot for y'all in y'all opinion?
I would have said Cuphead.
Cuphead, yeah, for sure. And I'd be crying in the background.
I ain't saying Hollow Knight. We gonna be the only way you can say Hollow Knight if they got a clown afro and clown nose, because we're not getting Silk Song. Before anybody asks, no Silk Song in this presentation. I apologize. There won't be any Silk Song news here.
Nah, for me, if there's an official mascot for all of indie games, and Gunsword just said,
I already know.
It's 100% true. Quote from Cave Story, absolutely should be the mascot for all of indie game development. For anybody who doesn't know, Cave Story is I think 2004 platformer that was created by I think his name is Daisuke Amaya. He's known as Pixel on the internet, but it was a Japanese developer who created a indie developed game by himself in 5 years' time. And if you ask any OG indie developer what their inspiration was in creating an independent video game, 9 times out of 10, Cave Story is going to get mentioned. It's a Metrovania, it's a platformer, it's a shooter, it has a neat story, it's free, you can play it. But the story of Cave Story itself and just how impactful that was on independent development as a whole, it really cannot be understated. I don't think Pixel gets enough credit when we talk about indie games as far as bringing, just inspiring a series of developers and bringing that game into the 2000 era and all of the games we see like Braid and Fez and Castle Crashers, Alien Hominid, N+, all those things that we played, all those developers, Splunky, all of those people were very, very big fans of Cave Story. So yeah, the main character from Cave Story, quote, would be my vote for the mascot.
And I'm cool with that. But I'm actually about this with Cave Story. Do you feel we get it here talked about enough in today's time when it comes to that? Because I feel like I don't hear it a lot anymore. But I, like y'all, I do know, like you said, it's the OG. It's the one that really set things forward.
I mean, no, we don't talk a lot about Cave Story nowadays. Just, I mean, like, it's an old game now, right? So yeah, people don't talk about it, but I mean,
you get on Switch right now.
We also look at like, Sonic. Don't hurt me, Sonic fans.
I heard them.
Don't hurt me. Right, but it wasn't until recent that we actually got a good Sonic game. All of Sonic's.
Was it? Which game you talking about?
What?
Frontiers?
Mania.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Frontiers is alright.
All right, cool.
It wasn't bad. Frontiers wasn't terrible. I enjoyed Frontiers.
Wasn't good. I mean, I'm just playing. It was cool. It was cool. Don't fight me.
Like, it's certainly the best 3D Sonic game
we've had in a minute.
Very long time. In a very long time. But my point is Sonic's credibility as one of the main players in the game is historical context, right? And in that same way, I feel like quote still deserves.
All right, respect. So we're gonna put because it ain't gotta be just one. Like if it was we had an indie anniversary day and you had like 3-4 people sitting on the cover of that, we're gonna put
the Mount Rushmore of indie games.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore. Cuphead. I saw Mel say the mayor and Stardew Valley. But no. Creeping on the low. But it wasn't even on the low because everybody knew. But Cuphead, Cave Story. I throw the Journey, the person in Journey on there. Like just games that
Yeah, no, that's real though.
No, it's real, but I
Sans
got
or-
something for that later.
Yeah, you gotta throw Undertale
Sans.
instead. That game took over the internet
It
in a
did.
way you yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
somebody say Zachary from Hades.
Oh,
Do it.
that would pop. That would
Say
pop.
Chaos from Hades.
Chaos.
That would pop too.
Chaos. I was man, Chaos was cool. Who else? I'm trying to think.
Was it the character from the Little Nightmare series? Because of that.
Oh,
Was it 6 or 9?
I don't. I always call that character Raincoat. I don't know what
Rain-
that character's
Grease.
actual name is.
Hey, Grease
Yeah.
was fire. Fuck 6. Grease is cool.
Tell us how you feel, Sammy.
What else? It was another I was thinking because somebody said to tell her Edith Finch. You could throw one of them in there. Yeah, I think that would be cool. Like, though, that makes sense to me. What you got against 6 though? What happened?
Hey, look, you know, Sammy fell away. Don't say it.
Put it out there.
Let me see. Let me catch up any other comments, and I got another question that. Yeah, hopefully I did write something for it because it's a loaded one. You know, it's always hard to do top 5s. It's always hard to do those games. But I'm gonna ask you anyway. Give me 5 of your favorite indie games, and it could be all time. It could be right now. Whatever is easier for you or games. And we're gonna cut this to 2. I'm gonna ask this later, but this is just favorite, not what you want to suggest to somebody, but this is just your personal favorite right now.
I am prepared. All right, so
Curls.
starting with Dave the Diver because that game is so freaking peaceful for me. Like,
Go, you want to do a prayer? You go. We gonna tell.
No, what is it? What prayers? Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, bro. We'll let it slide this time. But
What,
that
I
low
mean,
that
you
low
might
key
as
ain't
well
that low key ain't the indie.
go. Okay, all right.
But it's all right.
But
Like,
it counts for today. For
no,
you.
it won't. I still got more.
It's a great game.
Treachery and Beat Down City, Inside the Back Rooms, Castle Crashers,
No, that's on there.
Hades, and Stardew Valley. Yeah, Inside the Back Rooms is hilarious with friends. Is hilarious.
Side note, I
beat
do
it with like 10 different people.
I do hate that the conversation that happened with Dave the Diver, especially in the awards, because I know a lot of people probably don't know, like it's backed by a big ass company. Like there was a lot of money put in that game, but because of the way it looks and the way it plays, they kind of just labeled it an indie game, even though it's like a big ass oil company that, oh yeah, I can make this, which ain't a bad thing. I that's why I still say it's valid for you, because in my head that's what it is. It's a smaller game, but not really.
That's what I thought. I definitely thought it was an indie game and like was super excited about it.
I mean, it's still good, so
I mean, yeah, there's
valid.
no problem.
That's what I say. It's valid. It's valid. But I know that was a big conversation, especially because then it win an award. And a lot of folks kind of up in arms with it.
Did it win it? Did it win it?
Oh, it was just nominated. It was nominated, and people was kind of like, "Why is it there
I
taking
think
up
it got
space?"
nominated. Yeah.
I think Cocoon ended up winning. But what about you, Panda? And also chat.
Mines would probably have to be Hair Nah. I don't know if anybody played Hair Nah.
Hell no, here now.
Hair.
Ooh, I'm making a name for myself. Hell no.
Basically, it's like a woman traveling, but like, basically, like people are trying to touch her hair, and you gotta smack their hand. Like, no, don't touch my hair.
Hold up. Hell no. Hold up. Y'all put that in the notes. Somebody type that in the side chat for me.
Right now.
Oh,
I need to see that.
Touch my
Will
hair.
you be streaming that this weekend time? You know, and you streaming any of these indie games this week because I need to see something.
Maybe.
I love that so much.
That is
Yeah,
dope.
no, it's so much fun. I would have to also add in, and this is newer for me, but Humanity. Such a fun game. I'm not really big on puzzle games because I'm a little slow. I'm be honest, I'm a little slow. But
Don't stop that.
I know. I'm sorry. Three nice things. No, but it's just it's one that I didn't think I would enjoy, and I ended up enjoying it. I haven't unlocked the lightsabers yet, but I'm excited. I want to unlock the lightsabers.
Not the lightsaber.
What's that game? One more
It's
time.
called Humanity.
And
So basically, you have like a group of people, and you're herding them to safety. It's
Did
it's
it come
really
out this
awesome.
year or last year?
I think it was last year. It won an award.
I remember
I
it.
just I just
yeah,
got
I've seen
it.
Panda play this. I've seen you play this.
And apparently someone apparently you could do it on VR, and like it's crazy. You
'Cause
basically leading this group of
I
people. Like
think this was one too that they ironically showcased at a PlayStation State of Play. Now that I think
they
about
did?
it.
I'm gonna check out this demo.
It's really
Yeah,
good. I would
definitely
say
People
Hey,
farming is
man.
nuts.
Yep. Oh gosh. Please check it out.
people farming is crazy.
You really do people farm. It's not people farming, but like you have to play it because like
I'm playing
if
it.
you don't do it, they all fall off the side of the map.
Yeah, I'm gonna play
like-
it.
You like a German Shepherd for people,
What do
basically.
you- no, and you play as a dog. You actually play as a
Okay,
dog.
so you are okay. All right.
You can put hats on them. Again, I haven't gotten the lightsabers yet, so it's supposed to be crazy. One of the I don't know if it's a developer or somebody, but he comes in when I play and like,
Oh, that's dope.
this is gonna happen.
That's dope.
This is
That's
gonna
dope.
That's another thing about
Yeah.
any games too. You never know when somebody gonna pop up while you playing that
you know,
game.
and they be
They pop
Yeah.
up real quick.
So I actually met the developer for Treachery and Breakdown City. So Blue put me on the with Black Ink Gaming, and I think it was like 2 years ago. We was watching that Blue together. Blue like pulled up on me. We was watching it. I actually met the developer of the game, and he like pulled up in my stream when I was playing it, and I just met him at MomoCon
That's
this past
dope.
year. And like that was like so dope that I never would have played that game, one, if I wouldn't have looked into
Wow.
playing the game, and then two, I was playing his game and he was like, "Oh, yo, you be nice, yo, you play my game," and I was like, "What?"
That's a W.
That's a W,
Yep.
bro.
Just to add on to that, yeah, it's super dope to have that type of individual connection. There was a game that I streamed about a month ago called The Sacred Acorn, and the developer of that game, well, one of the developers of that game, came in while I was playing it. And they were watching and kind of giving us tips and all that. But not only that, that developer still comes in on a regular basis, even when I'm playing any other games, and they're going to be at DreamHack. They're gonna have Sacred Acorn set up at DreamHack with the developers there, so I'll actually
So
get
we
to
mobbing
meet
to the
them in
man, the
person
Debs. Is what
the
I
first
mean.
time. So
as a group.
yeah, that's gonna be really dope. Yeah, it's gonna be really dope to support them in person.
Mel
And see,
said
you don't
something too.
get that with big games. Oh, I'm sorry, Blue. Go ahead.
I don't even think you finished your list, so that's on us too. So
Yeah, no, that's fine. My list is trash. Y'all have
Go-
better lists. No, I
Stop this. Your list is
enjoying hearing what
amazing.
you guys have to say. No,
No, we want to make sure everybody heard here. Especially, I'm the least. I ain't gonna say least important, but I want to hear from y'all mostly. That's why I can go. I can say what I gotta say after you done.
Blue, don't make me come to this camera.
I ain't said.
Yes. Steam's host will not also relegate himself to a backseat either.
Right.
Thank you so
I
much.
think that's pretty cool for them to come into you guys' chats.
It is.
My bad.
dope. It is super dope.
Super dope. Super dope.
And but also too, you don't get those opportunities with your AAA gaming company. They may have representatives that may come, but to actually have someone who puts their heart, their passion into a product, and then they come view you while you are using said product, I think that is like one of the highest compliments. Like somebody could pay you, like, "Oh, this is my game, you're playing it, I'm gonna come check you out," because I think
Mhm.
that you may give a unique opinion on how my game is played. And then the fact that they may value that, Prez is going to get a chance to meet developers of a game that he has played, and the fact that it's like, "Hey, we're going to be here, are you interested? Come checking it out." That lets him know as a creator, like, hey, they value what I say. My opinion does count, and for me, that makes me feel more part of the process. And that you don't get that with your bigger games or your bigger companies.
It's rare.
Yeah, like Humanity had black people in there, so I was like, thank you.
There we go.
I'm in there.
I know Mel said something about Sunnyside, and this is another reason that'll make you want to like support indie games more. Is I got to talk to the devs, and like when you, I was talking to her about the stuff that she was doing, what she was doing with the hair, any of that stuff, and she was tearing up and crying because of how passionate she was about the game. And I'm saying like, see, I gotta play this game because you care. You don't care, but you're not here for them. You're here for the right reason. You made something you loved, and you getting to talk about it to somebody, especially when you're someone who may not be, because they're not black, but they cared about representation enough to make sure that they asked us about how we felt about it, but also make sure they try to incorporate it, but also try not to, folks say pander, but was making a game that's inclusive, but also a game that still speaks to what she wanted that game to be. Also, Dead Cells is one, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Fred. Is right, but here, okay. So I wanted to explain something, right? To Outlawed. The question was, does Rogue Prince of Persia count as an indie? And I said no. And the reason behind that, the developer of Rogue Prince of Persia is Evil Empire, that is Dead Cells developer. So Dead Cells is an indie title, right? Rogue Prince of Persia was a game that was offshot. So the development of that game was offshot from Ubisoft over to Evil Empire.
So Ubisoft still funded it.
Game, and so they still funded it, and that's why it's not an indie game. Evil Empire definitely is an indie developer though, and Dead Cells is amazing, but that's why they chose them for that game, because of Dead Cells. They wanted to have a Prince of Persia game, but have that pedigree of a developer that could create that side scroller type game, and that's how that came about.
And that goes back into Dave the Diver, like a game, because the way a game looks and plays.
Yeah.
It's hard. You'll be quick to label the indie because of that. But that also goes back to what both, I think Panda said this earlier, and Be Nice said it, and probably Prayers too, is that those are the games that get a lot of style. They're able to be artistic, and that Rogue Prince of Persia looked good. It looked different than anything I've seen Ubisoft do as far as art, like that style. But also, Panda, did you finish your list? Did we interrupt that? Or did you get your list finished?
I think we did. Vampire Survivor.
I forgot it. That's why I'm asking for me.
Yeah.
I hadn't even.
I'm asking for me. And now Prayers. Look, that's cool. Like I said, we chopping it up. That's how conversations go when you with cool people.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we got it.
Before I hop into my list, also forgive me, there's dogs barking in the background now. But before I get into my list, as much as Ubisoft from time to time will really like muck some shit up, shout out to them, right? If you played the Rogue Prince of Persia, the soundtrack to that game is absolutely insane. It's so good. That soundtrack is developed by an independent Persian artist. That's all Persian music. And so,
and that's a W.
On top of them, not on top of them having a great soundtrack, they actually sought representation by having the developer of the music be a Persian artist. And that, they deserve some credit.
That's a big thing for sure.
And I see them against it earlier. Representation would be another reason to also make us want to support. Previously we may not have had the opportunity because we had black devs, black people throughout that process. But not only having those people in those positions, but now also having the representation in the game also encourages us to want to do that a little bit.
Yeah. As far as my list is concerned, obviously I've gushed over Cave Story enough. It has to be in the list. Shovel Knight is an amazing platformer that if you've never played it, you should play. That game has had 5 updates that would have cost other games like $5 a pop at least, and that game is damn near 6 games in one at this point. You should definitely play Shovel Knight. Hades, of course. Balatro, I gotta put it up there because my God, how many hours has that game taken out of my life? And I would have to shoot myself in the foot if I didn't call out Sea of Stars for being one of my favorite indie games ever. So yeah, Sea of Stars for sure rounds out that list.
Yeah, got my list.
WSW.
Hades,
Yeah.
Celeste, low key Balatro. Like, and I would say Stardew, but Fields of Mystery in early access, without all of the features, has taken its place for me. And that's just because of how
I'm gonna have to play this game today.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I've been talking about that. I'm writing that down.
I'm gonna tell you why. Just because of its aesthetic. It's an anime looking game, but also it's Stardew is a real rustic. When you look at it, which I love, it has that old school feel of old school farmer games, old school Harvest Moon Story of Seasons. It's real rustic, but the contrast and the colors, the palette that they use for Fields of Mystery, it gives I won't say happier, but it gives a more exciting feeling to the game, a more magical, low-key magical girl feeling in the game. And like the characters kind of remind me of 80s, 90s anime when it comes to the drawing and the art style. But they got stuff to work on, but also the characters fine as hell. So, and you can see their full body and they move. So, you know, we just get that little portrait on Stardew. Fields of Mystery, you can see everything. You know what I'm saying? They bad. I want to marry everybody. I'm gonna use my hoe and then I'm gonna go hoe. That's how much.
Boy, this war almost went everywhere.
I do like it though, and I think if you like Stardew, like it's more of a Rune Factory game than it is a Stardew Harvest Moon game. If that makes sense, because there is some magic stuff in it.
Yeah,
and I think that's why I like it too.
That's an easy $13.99 right there.
It's on $13, and it's gonna improve.
Yep.
And I forgot the name of the people. They told me the other day it was a very viral sticker on Facebook, like an emote. Let me look at my DMs. And the people that made that, it went viral like 2013. The people that made this game, it's like two. I think it's a couple. Look at my DMs real quick. I kind of want to. Let me see. Here you go. Y'all ever heard of Pusheen the cat?
Why does it sound like
Nah.
If you saw it, you probably know. But I'm gonna link this to anybody that want to see it. But the people that made that made Fields of Mystery.
a little chunky one?
Yeah, you've seen that before. I just never knew name. Oh yeah, Stars in Time. Hey, let's see what some folks said. What were some of your favorite indie games in the chat? Double O was good. I know I saw Shovel Knight, which that's a classic. Let me see. Stardew. Ori was great. Ultros was good. Ultros came out this year. Yeah, they made that. So that it makes sense how happy and it just makes that vibe. It makes sense. Let's see, Left 4 Dead. But yeah, I didn't know too many people knew what Pusheen was, and I didn't know until I saw the name to it. I knew what it was. I used to see that. I used to see it all the time because it went viral for a while, and then I finally got a name for it. But we're talking about our favorite indie games. I'm gonna start some mess. I'm not even gonna do my own.
I
Huh?
want to throw
That's
in
crazy.
Sweetheart as
How you gonna sit it out? That's crazy.
What happened?
I want to put that in there.
You want to sit that way?
I said, how you gonna sit out?
This next question. Yeah, we know what you about to have.
Oh no, I'm gonna be nice first. Or else. Name an underrated indie game and why. And then y'all know what come after that. If we talking about underrated, what's an underrated indie game? Everybody in the chat, as well as the folks here.
Rain World from me.
You said
Rain World.
Rain World.
Little country.
I just couldn't hear.
That long ass cat.
Long ass cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great way to describe it. Rain World.
Okay, when you see, go look up a screenshot of Rain World.
I see it.
Your first.
That's a long ass cat. Long ass cat. Y'all know them.
I think because it
It's
doesn't
Sunday.
have the mechanics, like I think most people don't really like it. Like don't really fool with it. But again, if you focus on the journey and not about you get in there, it's a good game.
It's an Adult Swim game. And Akupara, it was published by I automatically take your word for it. I'm gonna try it out because I don't think I played it. Play that long ass cat. It'd be a good time.
Like you're weak. So basically, like there's predators everywhere, and like every move just kind of every decision you make just kind of feels high stake. Because if you make the wrong, you're weakling. So
Okay,
you're gonna get clapped real quick.
I'm definitely adding it to my list. I mean, it's a long ass cat. I like the way it looked though, and the art style.
It's cool. It's very cool.
What about
Just
you?
a very long cat.
B, you got an underrated indie game?
This is one I played like way back in the day. It's called Roller Dome. It's like an arena. It's like a roller derby game, and you have domes. You get different power ups, and they had like robots, and you could pick like different players. It was fun. It was a fast paced game. There wasn't a lot more to it. There wasn't a lot of multiplayer accessibility, so I couldn't play it with people. But I thought that one was pretty cool. I feel like if they got more money into it and you could play probably multiplayer, it would be dope. I think I played it on like 360.
Roller Dome is cool.
Let me see. I see Flocka said I really like Wizard of Legend. I think I played a demo of Wizard of Legend too.
Same. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
I rock with that one. What about you, Prez?
Wait, I have a question.
For me,
What's up?
go ahead.
No, Prez, go first. I'll ask when I get done.
For me, it's hard to call it underrated because if you're like deep in the
Ghost
indie
Story.
scene, you kind of know what's up. But my underrated indie is Papers, Please. It was a game back in 2013,
Please,
maybe
nah.
2012, something like that.
Nah, Papers, Please is pretty
But-
damn good.
Yeah, Papers, Please is amazing. Like, it starts off, you just think, all right, you're this toll booth operator. You got to make sure people don't get into this country illegally. So you have to like look at all these different documents, match it up to the person's face, make sure the identity is the same. But as the game goes on, it just evolves into something you do not expect at all.
I gotta play that one.
It's hard for me to describe without really spoiling it. But Papers, Please is really dope. You should check it out.
Definitely.
Adding to wish
Playing,
list.
please.
Definitely add that.
Hello.
Huh? What you
I had
got?
to go back and I had to go back and look just to make sure that it was an indie game, and I'm still not 100% sure. Spellbreak.
I think I saw.
it kinda
video
is,
stuff
huh?
there.
Yeah, Spellbreak. Yeah.
That rest in
I
peace that
enjoyed-
game, man. It was actually
Man,
good.
I was so mad. We had a gang. We played that game so much, and then it was like, yeah, they're gonna delist it. I was like, wait, what? It was like, yeah, they're shutting it down. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, it has a community. Like, people were
fun.
playing the game. It was fun. Like, you got to be a little avatar. You can use earth, fire, lightning, water.
Water.
You could have different,
Water.
You could have different gauntlets.
Water.
It was fun.
I wonder what-
Fire Nation attack.
Yeah.
I wonder what would have made that game. That's that era we in right now with the live service battle royale games. It was fun. You could probably say the same about what was the other one? Knockout. It's a
Knockout
bunch
City?
of Knockout
Knockout
City.
Knockout City.
What was the wrestling one? Rumble. I'm about to say RKO. I'm about to say RKO.
I missed the shit.
Yeah,
Shout out to Smooth Johnson.
Spellbreak. Those were all games that I think had the ability to have a little bit more longevity, but Spellbreak specifically I feel like could have got some more love.
My underrated one is I feel like I think Sammy might have played, and maybe I have too. Monster Sanctuary. Like
I watched you play that. I think.
Look it up.
like we all talk about there's not enough games that does Pokemon things, but not in their own way. Monster Sanctuary does it. It's pretty much a Metroidvania Pokemon game, and
Wow.
you use different monsters you catch to kind of get around to traverse the Metroidvania. But it's also turn-based fighting with the monsters. The art is good, the gameplay is good, and it's cheap, and it's different. So definitely, I gotta show some of the Monster Sanctuary because it's a Pokemon game that does things different and right.
Yeah.
And also, if I add another Pokemon type indie underrated, I'm gonna say Cassette Beast too. You probably seen that one.
Yo, that beast was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Cassette Beast was cool. Art was good, music was good. It's not a little Pokemon game, but they use like tapes and music and noise and things. You can fuse them and stuff like that. Fire. Let me see what people got in here. Rocket League was my favorite indie. And I mean, I was waiting for somebody to say Minecraft. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I got into Minecraft when it wasn't indie though.
Minecraft absolutely began.
I wasn't saying to disagree. I'm saying like that's a big one. That's a big one. It might have been bought, but
yeah, I think I just stayed away from it because it was bought. But like, yeah, I mean, Minecraft, bro, I log on to Minecraft with some homies in a chat, and it'd be 8 hours later. Like, what the fuck is happening?
yeah, I mean, it technically still is. Even if it's bought by Xbox, owned by Microsoft, it was still made. It was an indie game when it came out. So same with Rocket League, it just got bought. Like they got their money, and why not get your money, man?
Get your money.
Get your money. I'm not mad. They living good.
Get your money, man. That's what we want to see. Really and truly, we want like if they get to keep their own ideas, and they get to make what they want to make while also being supported with money. W Indie. Ooh, ain't underrated though. But No Man's Sky, I forgot about No Man's Sky.
Yeah, not underrated, but absolutely deserves
Yeah.
all the credit and the love in the world. Shout out to them for not giving up.
Astroneer.
Yep.
Let me see anything else.
Rocket League was a good one.
Rocket League. Ooh, I'm never gonna be as good at that game as I want to be, and I never will be, and I'm not gonna try to be.
I want to come back.
Come back. Go play with Glenn.
Or I watch like Glenn play and I see the skill ceiling. I'm like, yeah.
Man, No Man's Sky got to be. I know folks want to say Final Fantasy 14, but for me, No Man's Sky is the biggest comeback in gaming for me. Maybe tied with Final Fantasy. If we want to be nice and say tied with Final Fantasy 14,
It's probably tied.
it's probably tied. But No Man's Sky just keep dropping stuff.
Yeah, they just dropped that
They
fishing
tied.
pack.
I could do that.
Fishing pack the other day, bro. That shit looks.
I'm about to go fishing.
That looks.
They give you a boat too? I thought they was gonna you can sit on the pier, and then I saw they're not gonna leave out the boat, is it? Nah, he get you a fishing boat too. Man, I might play that this week.
Specialty bait.
I'm so behind though, Tanja.
Specialty, and
Somebody got to carry me. Somebody got to carry me through all this new content on No Man's Sky. Cause
Hey, listen, we can set up a day. We'll just go through it. Cause
I played that shit in VR, y'all.
Man, look.
Game changing. No Man's Sky in VR is wild, bro. You get in the ship, you can see everything, the buttons. I'm sitting here like, Lord Jesus, I'm sick. But
Outlaw, No Man's Sky is always an option. Anytime anybody like, hey, you want to play out right now? Come on, let's
look.
go.
We need to do this. We need to figure it out. It's so much, and that's what I like about these two. And what I want to see more of. Not like let's keep. It's good seeing the homies collaborate. We gotta do more of that and have fun in this space. And if we can collaborate with indie games or just the games you love, period. It can be AAA too. It can be Nintendo. It can be Xbox. We've been seeing a lot. I've been seeing the homies play. What was that? They stuck on it. Once Human, boy.
Yeah.
Some of y'all are addicted.
Yana and Girls is stuck on somewhere.
What's the other one? I know Helldivers got some of y'all. It's not indie though, but you love to see it though. I love seeing folks getting together. But let's sour the mood. Let's piss some people off. My favorite indie game is Overwatch 2. All right now. Random Rick reviews in the YouTube chat. So for those who know, we are live on YouTube and Twitch. My favorite indie game is Overwatch 2. Hello. So tell me your underrated. I'm not underrated. Overrated indie game. What's an overrated indie game for y'all?
Undertale.
Damn, you took my. Okay, go ahead.
that was
I just want to start shit.
Okay, you go first.
No. I need to hear it. Why is Undertale? Because I already did this. Why is Undertale
It just
overrated?
wasn't. It just wasn't for me.
So cool.
It just didn't give what everyone like. That was one of the first ones. Oh, you gotta play this. You gotta play this. I was like, okay, and it didn't hit home for me.
My short answer is the community made me hate that game. Annoying. And then when you finally play it, it's like, damn, y'all been getting on my nerves. You ever watch somebody stream that game and see all the people come in and just, oh, bruh. But you know what? I still like the game. I just want to start a mess. And also, I'm going to speak for Felix Wynn. Felix Wynn may not be here right now, but I want y'all to know that Felix Wynn said this to all my Stardew Valley friends, that it is overrated.
That's crazy.
I just wanted to throw that out there. Just want to throw that out there.
Right here, shoot.
B, you go, because Blue knows my answer to this question.
And I can't wait.
Our world. The absolute push for it to be a Pokemon clone or be a Pokemon defeater, bro. Like, I was having fun, but then it just like they just ran into the ground, and then catching human things, and just like there was just so many things that like drug me back and forth to the point where I was just like, I'm cool.
Power World, you say? I forgot about that. I ain't gonna lie, because I probably would have said the same thing. I'll say this: that it was overhyped for sure. Was it fun for the folks that liked it? Yes. You know, was it something different? Got people excited. Got the people going. It's provocative. You know. But once you started catching humans, I was like,
Yeah, and I was playing Pokemon. I was playing Pokemon at the same time too, and I just got tired of like people pitting them back and forth together. I was like, they're two different games. They have a lot of similarities, but they are two different games.
And that's really what it was. It's his own game.
Nothing will ever like be Pokemon. Like Pokemon is Pokemon, so like take it as that. But
any Power World enjoyers in the chat that want to refute this? I just want to look.
Nah,
I definitely think they dropped the ball.
Messy section of the show.
Somebody did say earlier they dropped the ball with it. They waited too long to bring out the updates.
They did, and they lost a lot of people.
Yeah,
and it seemed like they were like updates that should have been done quicker because they wasn't as big as they made it seem they were. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I played like 12 hours. I was like, I'm good. I'm gonna install it. I had my fun.
I kept glitching into the ground, and once you die, you lose your, So I didn't got all my stuff.
And then fell through the damn level.
I turned it off.
That happened to me, and I was like, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm not gonna go back and get that.
Yeah, okay, Outlaw said it. All right, Press, go ahead and let people know what you hate. Nah, not what you hate, but what you think. It's overrated.
My undenied overrated indie game, Stray. Stray has to be not just the most overrated indie game, it might be the most overrated game of all time. Stray, it's literally, Stray would not have gathered the internet's love if it wasn't for the fact that it was a game about a cat. And that's it. People just, we love cats, and that's fine. I ain't got no problem with cats, but all this hype and all this, oh my God, it's so people were just happy to be playing as a cat. That's it. Stray is not
in the background.
It's not all that. It's really not all that. It was super overrated.
I blame it for the year it came out too, because for it to be nominated, wasn't it nominated for Game of the Year?
I think
not
so.
only it was definitely
over.
It might have been Game of the Year.
I think it was in the Game of the Year category too.
Yeah, I think so.
But it was nominated over other stuff that we felt should have been there. Did it come out the same year Sea of Stars did? Now I gotta look.
No, I think Sea of Stars was the
It was-
next year, 'cause
it was
Sea of Stars
something else.
won as Indie of the Year.
It was something else that came out that I know folks was fighting for, and like, why is that not there? But Stray is there. When did Stray come out?
Let's look
2022.
on- No. You're right. Stray was in there with Elden Ring, God of War, Plague Tale, Xenoblade. No, tell me. Stray.
It was
Oh,
a big contender.
Come on, fam.
It had no business.
oh,
No business
business.
whatsoever.
bangers then the cat game. It was cute. I like the game now. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. What other games came
Yeah,
out?
nah,
What other indie games came out that year?
Let's
That's
see, movie,
2022.
it was 2022. Yeah. So Stray won over Code of the Lamb, Kiss My Ass.
Yeah, that's why you
Neon
mad.
White,
That's why you mad. And Tunic. And Tunic.
I remember
Hey,
first
Tunic.
playing Code of that Lamb clear as day, so I felt
Tunic. Tunic is the real
Yeah, it's
loser
the
in this
real,
situation.
Yeah.
Ollie
Yeah,
World
for
came out that year.
What's
Y'all-
Tunic about?
The Tunic is pretty much a Zelda game, but with Elden Ring difficulties. Like,
Oh no, save again.
It's cute as hell.
Yeah, it's a cute little fox character.
it's a cute fox. We like cute cats.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Cause I
Yeah,
think
and
the
Tunic
homie
has
Say Star
really,
actually gonna be playing it. He gonna actually be playing it tomorrow. I just got just one of the people that's gonna be in the for the week. Just informing they're gonna be playing Tunic Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Plugging him
Okay, let me
specifically
go ahead
because y'all
and-
talking about this game and I seen somebody say they don't remember
Yeah.
it. So if y'all want to see it, he gonna be playing it.
Tap in.
In the week.
Tunic is hard to talk about without spoiling
Yeah.
some really important things, but it's a Zelda Souls like, and it's really the art style is great, and it's worth playing or watching. Honestly,
It's good. That was a stacked year, but we talk about PlayStation showing more love to indie games. They show a lot of love to that game, and you see where it got.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, they did.
Did I miss any overrated games in chat?
No.
Let me see. But again, one more time, Felix Wynn says Stardew is overrated. Just wanted to let y'all know that. Don't tell him I said it. Nah, tell him. But let me see. Let's go. I want to think out a list of overrated games, cause I can see Undertale. I can see why you would put it there, cause I feel it. I think people say Journey because of how over the top it is. Either way, that was funny. I like that. Any other hot takes when it comes to indie games? Any hot takes we got here? I might think Coat is overrated. Coat of the Lamb.
Ooh,
Hello?
ooh. I'm willing to listen to you. Why do you think it's overrated?
Call in real quick. Knock me real quick. Knock real quick.
I would love to know. You know what I think
Is the knock
overrated that
there?
People love. If I need you to knock on the door.
Half of them didn't actually play the
Because
full
only
game.
reason most folks played was to kill their friends.
That's
Half of
kinda
them didn't
nuts.
Actually play the full game. I mean, I don't think that's an invalid
Key,
reason
that's funny.
to want to. Yeah. Like I see where you're going with that. I wonder if Prez remember. Oh, you know what, Key? Get out.
Nah, remind him.
Remind me.
Remind him.
Yo, that moment lived on in my stream for a year straight.
That was hilarious.
I don't think I've lived that down to this day, honestly.
Yeah, and you
I
not.
just knew I was doing her good. I was like, yeah,
And you
on to the
wasn't.
next level, girl.
We about to send you. Yeah. What happened?
But no, an indie game that I think is super overrated that people have loved and enjoyed for years and years is Five Nights at Freddy's. I think that's just
I'm
super
with you.
overrated.
I'm with
That
you.
shit is mad overrated.
I'm cool. I'm cool
Yo,
on that whole.
Jay.
I'm cool on that whole franchise. If I'm gonna be honest with you, they can keep all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy it.
Nah,
It's interesting that most of the hate,
Mm.
because it's that when they say I don't say I hate it. They say overrated, and the game can only be overrated by the community. You know, that's where that. Because again, I don't like Five Nights at Freddy's period because of it, but
Yeah.
when I say overrated, I mean
That's fair.
overhyped. Like it really was. It's like don't get mad at me. If it's like going in and out for the first time after everybody told you how great it was, and and it's just like it's cool. It's all right. It's not
That's so relatable.
it's not life changing. It ain't bad. I like it. I'm gonna eat it, but
Y'all, we are currently not talking about food for anybody who has any shared thoughts.
that's what I'm equating to. Overhyped.
And for me, that shit was under average.
Overhyped. I'm gonna eat it.
I'm gonna eat it.
The raspberry lemonade fire. The fries taste like cardboard.
Yeah.
The fries are so good. Oh my god.
And that's how we feel about some of these games. You know, Code of the Lamb, like the concept is good. I like the battling. I like the people in there. This is not me. I'm just making an example out of it. But you know, sometimes it gets annoying when folks want to just do funny things to their friends. You know, Pineapples on Pizza is overrated. Canes is, Canes is definitely overhyped and overrated.
I'm with you on that. Canes without the sauce is just.
Canes is if your sauce carried the chicken. I don't know how we got here, but it's a metaphor.
Yeah. I also don't know how we got here either.
But we're gonna continue with it because why not? We do what we want.
Yeah,
We're gonna get whatever I put on this stream. You're gonna get whatever we put on this stream.
Yep.
Boom.
But Canes good when you're hungry. And anything is good when you're hungry.
right.
The sauce carry it, but I swear they just put flour on the chicken and dump it in that bit and pull it out and say,
Just go
here,
about their life.
here you go.
Get some substance.
They don't put no salt, no pepper. They say
I'm
flour.
just saying, it's only like 4 things on that menu. You're telling me that y'all can't do something better than dry, seasonless chicken? It's the only thing on your menu.
But
Give me my money back.
But I get what you're saying, Tiff. Like a lot of times the community can make or break a game. The community can make you not want to enjoy something, which is hard to get away from. And that's what happens when some games are either overhyped or talked about so much, and if you hear all that before you get a chance to play it, sometimes it can make that experience a little bit less good. But also, there's some communities that are just annoying as hell when you play certain games. Oh no, yeah. It's not that because most of the games y'all name I like, but I do like. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all heard me say Elden Ring overhyped. I still kind of believe that, but I also believe it did deserve Game of the Year.
It was kind of cool, because I know you weren't big on Elden Ring at all, and then I start to see you play it more, and it's like, your opinion never really changed about the game, but also it was like I could see you, understanding and enjoying it a little more. And I think, really that's the experience of most of the games we're talking about.
You got to delete that
like,
though.
Community around the game, just what.
Persona is overhyped.
Yeah, nah, you gotta go. That's gotta get them chucked up out of here right now.
That's my thing with that one is, along with everything else. And when I say it's overhyped, it's because it's another one of those situations where even before it came out, it was hailed as the greatest thing ever because of who was behind it. But it's a good game. It's a great game. Still, that year. I think Ghost of Tsushima came out that year too?
Yeah.
Or was it just God of War? I don't know. I would have picked God of War.
Actually, I don't know. I think
it was God of War Ragnarok. Either way, it was great marketing. The game is fun, and now I'm probably one of those people that can't go back to the older ones. I always like Bloodborne the most. I can't go back to anything else.
I will never. So I did. So
jump button.
After I beat Elden Ring, I was like, all right, cool. I'm a Souls guy now. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go play, whatever games I have access to. So I downloaded
like Sekiro.
Bloodborne. It was on the PlayStation Plus. Oh, when I tell you, I was like, Elden Ring will be my starting point. I
Craig.
will only play those games, Elden Ring and on. I'm not going back.
I see what
'Cause
Tiff
once I
said.
realized I can't jump,
Yeah, I was just cracking up.
I love it.
She knows. Definitely starting some mess right now.
I'm allergic to Souls games, and I like them, but they're getting Souls games are the new farming sim. Everybody want to make one and don't want to be original with it, or they're not original enough, or it don't work the same. And it's sad to say this, but like, you know how wild it is that something so much as a jump button made Elden Ring by 70% better than what it could have been. Imagine if Elden Ring didn't have a jump button, or the way it fights.
or a roll, but
And that's cool for everything before it, but now when I play a game after playing Elden Ring and I can't jump, I feel like, damn, the hell. But
You need that jump button.
now we've been missing jump buttons in these for all these years. But that's that portion of the messy. I think it is. Hold up, got anything else? All right. Any other hot takes before we move on? I like it, and we can always talk about that again on other, like, talk about other game stuff too. That was kind of fun. I'm kind of sad just to end the discussion, but I'm not, because it's Indie Appreciation Week.
All right.
Also, shout out to everybody over there on YouTube. But next question, since we talked about overrated, because I ain't never really gonna say it's any game that I just absolutely hate, because I'm just not gonna play it. Twitch is switching. Wait, the Twitch? Oh, Twitch dropped.
Uh-oh. Twitch, get your life together.
Oh, y'all can see me on YouTube.
Still live. Let's see. Yeah, it's buff. I see it on my side. It's buffering on Twitch.
yeah.
Big time.
What happened now? It's like
It's got to be a Twitch thing.
Yeah.
YouTube still work? Because it's saying YouTube is not receiving that video to maintain smooth streaming.
I've refreshed and
I refreshed. I
Twitch
got you.
seems okay.
On what?
It's back to buffering.
YouTube. I have you on YouTube, and I have you back on Twitch. So it looks like it's. Ooh.
Sound back on. Should I stop Twitch? Well, it look like the Twitch picking back up. I'm looking at the drop frames. I'm looking at the, what you call it, thing at the bottom of OBS for all the stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That thing.
What do
Twitch seems like it's slowly picking back up.
Yeah.
What happened? Stop using too much data. That's what it is.
We was having too much of a good time.
We just having too much fun.
Yeah, it was having too much fun.
Yeah. And I know apparently we can't do that on, on some of these apparatuses.
Should I stop and start it? I think I'm back.
Too much melanin on the screen. I think it's back.
Since we talked about over. Twitch good now.
Good.
Hey,
All right.
Yeah.
Put a
YouTube
one in the
got
chat when you see this. Put a one in the chat when you see this.
Yeah, I was about to say they may need to refresh too, because when it buffers like that, it starts to put them in a kind of big delay.
Yeah, delay. It's delayed.
Oh, it's a big delay.
Yeah, it hadn't even said to put the one yet.
But YouTube, we good over here. What's good, King? All right, so I guess this is what we gonna do. And YouTube not that behind, I said. YouTube not behind?
YouTube didn't ever seem to really have an issue.
Yeah, we good. I think we good over there.
All right, well, good thing that's there. I don't know. Is it saying drop? Let me see if I can. I wonder why they do that. Let me X out of that. X out of that.
Coming up on your 2-hour mark, you need to have an issue.
But we was doing so well, guys.
Like you said, 2 hours, huh?
You see how? Ooh, that's late.
Yeah, it's mad late. Mad late. Good God Almighty.
It's like what, 5 minutes, 3 minutes?
It was a good 3 minutes for sure.
What is? And it said I got the upload speed.
That's wild that Twitch is the one that's behind though.
So is it a Twitch? Is it just a Twitch thing?
It's a Twitch thing because it's happened to me in the past 2 weeks. They at some point lose connect and then you're back and there's a big delay after that.
So I just should we just keep on talking and wrap it up?
If I were you, I'd just let it rock because
We almost finished.
Yeah,
I want to make sure we rate into the homie with who we got here.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, also, folks, if you need to listen on YouTube, keep going. I got you. I'm just gonna read both chats, and if you behind, you behind. But at least it's not it's working. But if y'all see, like I'm seeing drop frames. It said I got 6824 gig. I hate this. Oh well. All right. The YouTube link is up. I'm still be live here too, but let me get to the next question. If you had to get someone new to any games, one game that would make them a fan, which game would it be?
I was gonna say Humanity, just because I don't know. I just had more fun on there than I expected. Super simple, easy, but yet like captivating. It really gets your attention. It gets your thinking, your critical thinking skills. While just being fun, like you get to swim through water and you're a dog leading people. Like
It's
I would
simple.
say Humanity.
It's like, but
simple,
also
but
kind of complex in the same way. But
yeah.
I feel like it's gameplay that gets you engaged, and it's different because the way you described it, I was like, oh, let me go ahead and play this.
It's so different. Like again, I'm not really a big puzzle player, but it really had me sitting there like, all right, we're gonna figure this out. Like normally, a small streamer, you care about like, oh, am I gonna drop views or are people gonna be interested? I did not care, and the community did not care. We was in there
Almost
like, okay,
finished.
let's do this. Let's put this here.
I want to make sure we rate into the. Oh yeah, delay for real. All right.
Yeah.
I think I have two options. I have Minecraft for anybody looking to get into indie games. Like that was a big part of my indie experience. Just being able to play that, learning how to like play an immersive game that didn't revolve around me shooting or killing something. Like obviously you did some hunting and stuff, but that was really good. And then one that I really enjoyed playing last year, Midnight Fight Express. If you like side scroller beat 'em ups, had a super fun story. I went on this run of beating games, and man, it gives you a lot throughout it. So those would be my two recommendations.
Yeah, this question was super hard for me because I feel
kinda
like
hard.
there are a couple of indie games that give you a good intro depending on what type of background you come from. I think Minecraft, I didn't think about Minecraft, but I think Minecraft is a really good answer because Minecraft has so many of the components of other indie games that you might experience between farming, base building, survival, all that stuff exists in Minecraft, and it gives you a solid foundation for things you can expect. So Minecraft is a good answer. I think for me, if I could break it down into maybe two different games, right? If someone was coming from a RPG background, 1,000,000%, you are starting at Sea of Stars. That is your game. You're gonna love it. The story is gonna get you. The gameplay is gonna get you. You can see what a top tier indie game is gonna be like. And then if someone was coming from say more of an action background, then I'd probably point them over to Hollow Knight. And you get the exploration, you get the story without it being fed directly to you. You gotta like engage and understand more about this world. It's a Metroidvania, so you get a historical context of video gaming from that standpoint as well. But yeah, probably one of those two, and maybe an honorable shout out to Tunic as well.
I like that. I'm gonna ask you this: would you recommend Risk of Rain to a newcomer?
If you come from a shooting background, yeah. Risk of Rain is gonna give you like all action, all, you know, like you're immediately, you don't have to immerse, you don't have to learn shit. It's just you, your gun, and now you got to learn, you know, all these different items and, you know, these bosses and stuff like that. But Risk of Rain is fun immediately. So yeah, I'd say Risk of Rain is a nice little intro, especially if you come from like maybe the Xbox all shooters background and you need something to kind of ease your way into the indie scene.
I like Coffee Talk. I see a lot of folks in the chat saying like Coffee Talk, Coffee Talk, which if you like those narrative games, I think it'd be cool. It's a chill game, but when we talk about the conversations we had earlier about people not wanting to play things that don't look like, you know, the games that we're used to, I feel like that would be a hard one. But me personally, I would suggest Coffee Talk just to have something different. But would that make them a fan of any games?
Coffee Talk, I had to get used to that sort of gameplay
because it's mostly reading. And if you never played something like Phoenix Wright or any graphic novels, because a lot of people, that's a sad thing too. A lot of people don't think graphic novels are real video games. Like,
well, I think for me, I just had to get over like my initial fear of reading on camera. I know I had an issue with like reading this, seeing words and stuff. So it wasn't that I specifically had an issue thinking they were going to get over. I had to get that fear, and then I did. What did I play? I think I played one of the Ace. I got one of like a Key Mailer or somebody, and then, you know, going through that process and realizing those games are super cool and they do have context. Also, too, Panda said something that I really had to think about, resonated. I had fractured my jaw, and it was actually a part of like my doctor's order. I couldn't play high intense games. So like I actually remember talking to Blue during this time. Like I started watching like more indie streamers. I started watching cozy streamers, and like I changed up my game type. So games like that were more easier for me to play because, you know, I had that injury. So I definitely think they have that space too to be recommended for games for people to check out when they first get into any games.
Yeah. I want more people to play those type of games, because a lot of the best games we played are the ones you got to sit there and just read and go through a story with a couple of different type of actions. But I got a couple I think would be good. Like if you talk about the shooters, things like that, who's ever played like Hotline Miami or Hotline Miami 2? Like,
oh yeah,
you know how many GTA players out here that you throw that game in a different setting? Because Hotline Miami is good, but also reminds you of like GTA. But I was gonna say my main one would be Celeste, just because it's simple but it's challenging, and it's one of them games that like, nah, I'm gonna get this down. Like even if you think you hate it, it's one of them. If you're a person, a competitive gamer, or a gamer that wants to prove yourself, you're better than what you think you're. Like that is a good game to get somebody hooked on it, because like I know I can get through this level, and then when you get through that level, it's like, dang, okay, I did it. That's one. And the other one I was thinking was it wasn't Undertale. No, not Undertale. I never. But
yo, the Undertale hate is real. That's crazy.
No, I just couldn't recommend that to a first time player unless you like RPGs.
I know. Yeah,
if you told me Earthbound or Mother 3 was your favorite game, that's the first game I'm gonna tell you play.
Yeah.
But I'd also throw Hades in there, because if you can get over the fact that you're gonna die, it got some of the best characters. If you don't like reading, they talk to you with every line. The gameplay is fun and challenging. It looks good, and the soundtrack is busting. So that would be something for me. I see some folks in the chat say Celeste, how you feel about Dead Cells? 'Cause I like it, but do you think that'll be a little bit too hard, or would that be a good starting point?
I think it's to me, I think it's a good starting point. Not for a couple of reasons. One, you know, it's a familiar gameplay, it being a platformer, hack and slash. but also Dead Cells pays homage to so many other indie games. There's so many other indie games that are referenced, or there's a weapon that's from another indie game, that it, once you start to dive into the space of indies as a whole, you'll play a game and you'll be like, oh, that's the baseball bat that was on Dead Cells, that's, you know, Hotline Miami, or this is the nail, that's Hollow Knight, stuff like that. Yeah, you know, Dead Cells is a solid. You know,
so let me expand to this. I see Stardew Valley. I see Spiritfarer. I see Cuisineer for farming. How would you feel about those being some starter games? Would there be any difficulty in that, or do you think those are good games for someone to first get into indie games?
I think those are good.
I couldn't hear you.
I think those are good starters.
Only thing I got with Stardew, I know a lot of folks be feeling like frustrated with it, but I always tell people them games, like, you can't lose in farming sims.
Yeah.
You got to play at your own pace.
Yeah, I think that I just when I started out playing, I think the excitement was just in learning the world and like moving out, and I think you have to be in a space of almost curiosity sometimes when you're getting into indie games, because you really don't know what you are going to get sometimes, unless these are like developers who have already made, you know, previous games and stuff, so you kind of have to be inquisitive.
Yeah, no, my gameplay now is completely different than when I first started playing it. You heard me say a lot, like I've been playing that game, but I just started understanding it and really
I'm with you on
working with the community. And like I just got married for the first time. I just had a baby. I just unlocked the island.
It's a lot.
The little island.
Yeah,
it's so much that I just did not appreciate, just being honest. I just didn't appreciate. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go and do my chickens, I'm gonna make my money, make my grandfather happy. But
I love
now
that.
it's just like you like, I found the shorts. You go to a certain spot, you find secret stuff like
them shorts.
Different hidden. Them shorts is crazy.
Them shorts. Them draws.
I ain't know the mayor get down like that, but you know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Fool you, baby.
Oh, you know what's ironic is, as long as I've been playing, I've always loved farming sims. Like, I'm talking about since like 2000, the year 2000. And it took me being older to actually, you can have babies in Stardew.
Yeah.
Like, that's a staple. That's actually a staple in farming sims, is getting married and having children. And the one that really got me was A Wonderful Life. It's not an indie game, but like, you can watch your kid grow up like a full adult. But I'm kind of with you on, like, I really recently just started actually playing those games to their fullest. I always liked those games as a kid because it was an escape doing certain things, but I never tried to be like perfect or good at it. I was just playing to play. But the more I got into the community and seeing more people play, seeing more people how they put the creative side, I'm like, you know what? Let me actually try to build my farm and make it look like a real farm versus just putting this patch of land here and just trying to get rich. Now let me make this look like something that's cool versus just playing the game for the goal versus playing the game with my creativity and making it look like something I'd be proud of. That's I think Twitch finally called. Let's go. I seen Golf Story. Oh yeah, I see the green bar on my stuff now. So but also I appreciate y'all for pulling up to YouTube too, because we are chasing their YouTube partner. I know I talked to Prez about this, and he probably like, I told that he should do a stream. And you right. I didn't want to do it at first, but it's like, I can admit when, you know, thank you. I appreciate you. On top of other people too.
As long as
you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. That's what we here for. That's what we here for.
You gotta do what you gotta do. So shout out to Prez on that.
W Prez.
But let me see. Golf Story is definitely underrated. I think I missed that earlier, but that's a good ass indie game that's on the Switch. And they got a sequel called Sports Story. And that's like playing, it reminds me of Stardew Valley with the wild stories it has.
What
but
you say that game was?
Golf Story and Sports Story. It's kind of reminiscent of the old Mario Golf RPGs on the GBA. But let me see. We got a couple more questions, and I won't take up all y'all time. But what would be y'all perfect ending? Like, what game would you want to be made? Your perfect indie game for you? What?
It will have black people in there.
Yes, representation.
Move on.
Say
You
it
know what I'm saying?
It will have black people in the game.
There you go.
Why can't marry a black man on Stardew Valley?
Yeah. We're gonna have more.
That's
than
what you know. We need a
one hairstyle.
we need a
Right.
a melanin. We need a Stardew Valley or not a Stardew. We need a farm. I want a farming sim with mainly a black cast, like, and with somebody to be making it. I need to be able to the recipes. You growing cabbage and stuff. Then you go go in and cook. I made collard greens and cornbread. You know, instead of eggplant. Yo,
Yams.
the candy yams. I need that.
Brisket.
But
Can I
but
get grilled?
the problem is though, it won't be no animals left.
Oh,
Chicken and dumplings. Like, can I make something from
Like they would have to come up with a magical way for the animals to survive. Like instead of them like dropping eggs and milk, they drop milk, cow meat, chicken leg, because you know.
we need the other part.
So saying big backs in an empty farm. Big backs in an empty farm. Like,
where are your chickens?
nah, you know what? Maybe we don't need that. Maybe we're gonna be. It's gonna be a black pescatarian farm. Yeah,
They
yeah.
got fish. You'll be fine.
Let's go with that.
The corporate store in that game would just be a Walmart supercenter. Like you gotta avoid going to Walmart.
You gotta go to Walmart, but like you need certain things, but it's the only thing open. And then you know you're losing when you see the Whole Foods pop up.
Oh,
Like, damn, they try to gentrify our farm.
Too funny.
Mountain Valley is next.
it is.
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
Definitely go ahead and clock out.
I want somebody to make a game like with those. Like I like the fusion of different. I tell y'all this all the time. I like my perfect game would be a fusion of different things. I love games where I can do so many different things. Like that Pixel. What's the name coming out? Pixel Leah. It's like The Sims, but it's in like Stardew kind of graphics, and like you can go to fucking work, go to the bar, pay
I
your
don't know the
rent,
name, but I've
get
seen
hit
it.
by your car. I think it's Pixelia. When I tell you I played the demo for that, that's now. Then give me that with some Sunnyside graphics. But also, I'm cool with these graphics too. But imagine playing that, and you can be in a band. You choose your. It's The Sims pretty much, but you play as your person. You paying rent. You might have to go to work, and then you actually got to do the work. Not going to work and then watch the time go by, watch the bus and the sun go down, and then your bus come back and you back at the house. Nah, you actually gotta go serve tables. You gotta go work out. You gotta go to the club and dance. Like, I think that'd be dope. And if y'all haven't tried it, there is a demo out. You can't play much, but I need the game to come out. I'm playing that frame one straight up. That's kind of where my perfect game is. A good mixture of different genres that have melanated people and that's inclusive, that's diverse. 'Cause, you know, people run away from the word diverse these days. DEI. Give me a DEI game with woke people in it. In other words, the niggas and the women and the gays and everything else that they say is bad for gaming. Fuck all that.
Put it in the game.
Put it in there. I need it.
Put it in there.
We want it. Thank you so much.
We've been asking.
And that's another thing too. Let's talk about that real quick. And Blues kind of hit on this. And you know, we in a Game Pass era, we in a PlayStation Plus era. When it comes to it, y'all, with these indie games, or just indie games, we support people that look like us, developers that look like us. We gotta also make sure we put our money where our mouth is, so we can sit up here and talk till we blue in the face. No pun intended. But when these developers, when we drop these melanated games, we gotta go pull them wallets out.
Yeah.
And for everybody else in here, for y'all, any game you're looking forward to that hasn't come out yet, and any game you've been playing that came out this year that you like. I'll go ahead and say mine. The Plucky Squire coming out soon. I can't wait for it.
On it, 1000%. Plucky Squire. Oh my! If them people shoot,
if they do it,
I'm just gonna be beside myself.
Look.
Not yet, but
look, I'm
waiting.
Shout out to Devolver.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can talk to him at TwitchCon.
As far as two things, right? As far as like the perfect indie is concerned, I just want I want developers to not be afraid to make unique and new worlds. Like, you're talking about like a mashup of genres as far as like gameplay styles and stuff like that is concerned. Yes, 100% yes. I think worlds and things that are built off, like, you think about something like steampunk worlds, or just narratives that don't follow like it's just a fantasy world, it's just a medieval world, it's just military, it's stuff that we're used to. Give me a fairy tale type environment. Give me like an action game built in something that looked like Alice in Wonderland, where I got to find all these unique characters and all these diverse personalities, and just give me something to immerse myself in and learn about this world that you've created. Gameplay is always going to be the backbone of a game, and that's cool, but give me some really different narratives and something that makes me engaged in your game in a way that I can't really just pick up and get out of any other place, right? So that's really what I'm looking for out of indie development. And then as far as the next big game that I'm looking for is probably Clair Obscur, the turn-based RPG that has the real-time mechanics that's coming out. Expedition 33 is what most people call it.
Oh, that's indie.
But it's an indie. It's developed by the same people
Yeah, I
who
need
make
that.
Sifu. So
I need that. I didn't know that's what theirs was. Child.
Yep. So that is my next outside of Plucky Squire, which is right around the corner. But yeah, that's my definite looking forward to.
I need it today. I hear that. What about you, Panda?
Tiny Glade. I'm excited to see what they are about to do with that. It's for like building like
Come on this month, right?
Like castles and all that. I wanna see how that's gonna go.
My teammate Snacks was very excited for that one. I think TK want to rock with that too. You got anything on your radar, B?
I don't have anything that's getting ready to come out right now, but I have some indie games that I want to play specifically. And then also, as far as like my like perfect indie game, I think since I've gotten more into like the design style, like developing my character, like mapping out, I would want a game where I could make sure I have that representation to be able to build a character. I'm really digging RPGs right now, so a free open world maybe with some RPG elements. And I think I'm outside of Elden Ring, I'm good on Souls, so I definitely think it should stay away from Souls aspects, which I know a lot of people are picking up right now. And then as far as like any games that I want to play on my list, I want to go through the Little Nightmare series, Nobody Saves the World, Sea of Stars, and then Rogue Legacy 2, which I'm thinking I'm going to go play Rogue Legacy 1, but I'm super too because I've enjoyed the gameplay looking at it before.
Ultras was good. That sounds like some good.
You should
go back to, bro.
Probably super cheap too.
Which one? Rogue Legacy.
Yeah, it's probably super cheap by now.
I need to play. I've been seeing a lot of people play Squirrel with a gun. Like it'd be the most random stuff. You playing tomorrow?
I'm playing that tomorrow.
What time? So I can put you on.
So hilarious.
2 p.m.
EST. All right. Cool. I see 9 Souls was good. Ultros. Y'all know I enjoyed Sunnyside this year. Ultros, Balatro. Berserker Boy. That felt like Mega Man. And yeah, it's been another. I think we've been saying this how many years now? It's been a great year for indie games. I feel like we've been saying this every year since forever. They've been cooking. It's been a good year, period, for gaming. I know a lot of people say gaming outside of layoffs and things like that because that sucks. That's trash. But that's the other point I want to bring too is all these good games coming out 2024, 2025, 2023 look good. I think a lot of these games are products of people that like the pandemic 2020 years when it started and all these people being laid off makes me wonder what gaming gonna look like after 2025 and how indie's gonna again be carrying the industry on their back because I don't know.
The thing is, brother, like you were talking about how like we were talking about how like Minecraft and Rocket League were absorbed by these bigger companies, and of course they're flourishing, right? Those are ongoing projects, but for every Minecraft and Rocket League story you have another story where a bigger company sees the profitability, they see the hype, they see the support behind the indie game, and they're like, yeah, you know what, come on, we got you, come be a part of the crew. And of course, if you're an indie developer, you're probably doing it out of a room, out of a basement, whatever, and it's like, yeah, of course you're going to take that money, but corporate profits are all about bottom line. Once that product is out, what else, what do I have use for you, right? I only got you off of the strength of the game that you were developing, off of what was going on. That's why you see so many things get released and then immediately right after, like a week later, they get laid off because they don't need they need like a shell team to maintain it. But after that, they're done. They're done with you. You got to go figure it out from that point forward. So that's why, going back to the previous conversation we were having, like there needs to be bigger support, bigger funds, or just, more, maybe even if nothing else, more business savvy dialogue happening amongst indie developers so they can protect themselves and not find themselves in this position of getting acquired, getting their game out, and then being shunned off to the corner and not knowing what's next.
Word.
So before we go, so I'll just ask, anybody got any questions for anybody up here before we go? Do y'all have any last thoughts or any last topics y'all want to discuss before we get out of here? It's been 2 hours and 30 minutes, so we've been having fun. But if there was anything y'all wanted to, ask before we go, or anything y'all want to just kind of express, any other opinions, please let me know. I see, Animal World was good. I see Sibo said, never played Minecraft because it kind of intimidates me. I get that. But it's another one of those games where you play at your own pace.
Yeah.
Sibo, if you ever want to play Minecraft, let me know. We can definitely give you a very small, very chill intro. Like Minecraft can either be the chillest game you've ever played, or it can absolutely be the most chaotic thing you've ever experienced. But there's some chill to be had with Minecraft for sure.
Tag me in for that for sure. To join you on that, I would love to join you on that. I also just Sifu was an indie game.
Oh yeah. Seafood indie.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I know who I got it. Who I got the game from. I knew it was indie game. Did Annapurna do that one, or was it somebody else that published it? I don't remember. But yes.
For what game?
For Sifu.
Sifu was done by Kepler Interactive.
Kepler. That's what it was. Kepler.
Yeah.
Because the homie used to work there.
They did Tachia, Scorn,
the car game. What was the car game that was kind of cool that came out this year? I cannot think of it right now. But it was like a ghost car. You drive around in the car in the apocalypse. I cannot think of it right now. But it was fun.
I watched Ocadrian play this game. It was really cool, and I can't think of the name.
I got it, and I cannot think of it right now.
But yeah, that game is cool. Fuck, what is the name of that game?
Anyway, let me know when you find that. But I just want to know what everybody is playing. Oh, all right. So this is a good question. If anybody in chat that's streaming that hasn't signed up yet for Indie Appreciation Week, anybody up here, let me know so I can add you to the schedule. But also, anybody playing any indie games for Appreciation Week? Siri wants to know, what is everybody playing for Indie Appreciation Week? You're gonna give it up on stream. So
what?
I have a
Hold
bunch
on.
of
Let
new.
me
I have a
look at
bunch
my
of new
list.
indie games that I'm trying, like that I've never. I just wanted to do something new. Just complete. Like I've just been going through the Xbox pass, the Game Pass, and I've just indie download.
So you're gonna be playing a bunch of new ones.
A bunch of new, just things that I haven't done before. I just want to find a new game that excites me.
I got some, but I ain't gonna lie, I cannot remember the name of something. It's one that I have that comes out Tuesday. Sam, do you remember the name of the game? I'm mad that I can't remember it. But shout out to whoever was tagging me in it on Twitch. I mean on Twitter. You probably know what I'm talking about too, Prez. But of course I'm playing Fields of Mystery. Y'all know that's gonna be on
you talking about the one on the 10th?
Elsie. That's gonna be.
Yeah. Yep.
That's gonna be fire. And I'm saying that's gonna be because I have in no way played it or did anything yet. I just know it's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
We were playing Square with a Gun on Monday, and I'm playing Dungeons of Hinterberg.
That game
Wednesday.
fire.
Yeah.
Boxer, what's good? B, you what you got?
I'm playing. You said Dungeons of Hinterberg?
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, Dungeons of Hinterberg, Flintlock.
Ooh, Flintlock.
The Siege of Dawn, and Immortals of Avium.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Look at my email. So it's that probably. I know Fields of Mystery. It's a lot that I gotta play. And y'all kind of got me wanting to play No Man's Sky. So if it's a day, anybody playing that, because I ain't got to stream at all on that day.
Also suggest
You tell me any day.
Oh, Creatures of Ava was cool.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
I played. I don't know if it was a demo or the full game. Either way, it was different. Like when you do something different, that's fine. I think what Serial said you was. What you say you was playing Serial? Biomorph. Let me see. Absolver was fun. Is Frostpunk coming out this week? Or it already came out? I played Magical Delicacy a week or two ago. But yeah, I think it's gonna be about a week ago. But yeah, that's
Hey.
Let me see. That's the stream. Let me put this in here. You keep talking.
I'm gonna be playing 2 demos on Friday. So on Friday, I'm gonna be streaming on the BU's channel Friday evening, and I'm gonna be playing Arcane Blast and Immortal Hunters. There are 2 indie games that I were interested in. I'm gonna be playing the demos, and then I'm playing Farlight 84 when I get finished.
Nice.
So if you haven't signed up yet, it's not too late. The flyers are done, but I can add y'all the day of, cause stream schedule. I'm still doing it. Stream schedules. God, what's Scream? I'm still.
You done. GG's, y'all.
Stream schedule.
GG's.
Tend to change.
Yeah.
English be hard. I don't know what the hell got me.
It'd be hard as hell sometimes.
But they do change. So if you if you already signed up too, if the time is not a good time for you, hit me up, let me know, so we can make sure we tell folks when you live, so we can go kick it with you, meet some new people. If you didn't know you were available this week, and now you are, and you want to play an indie game, let me know, so we can make sure we get folks to kick it with you, because this is what this week for. And one thing I want y'all to do as well is when you go live, make sure y'all tag the dev of what you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
Tag the company to let them know you're playing the game. Make sure you're not in games in demo when you're playing that game, because they do look for their game. I know folks want to put it on games and demos because there's more people in that category, but these devs look for folks in the category of their games. So it's a good time to put visibility on yourself, but also to help them out as well. And you never know. So like, just talk about the week, because it's not about just me. It's about everybody's participating, and that's how we can grow, but also build our own brands, build our own connections, and make some change. But also that's part of being a content creator. If you want to grow, it's helping you get your name out there. It's helping you reach out. If you see somebody talking about a game, look, plug this, plug that. And but make sure y'all tag the company that made the game or whoever, especially if they gave you a key. Make sure you tag them. I think Prez about to say something too.
No, that was the dog track, but I will. On top of that, another piece of free game. It's fuck Elon all the way, but on Twitter, make sure you are also in your go live tweets tagging the publisher or the developer of the game that you're about to play. I probably had maybe 4 devs of all my indie game streaming come in, and most of the time it's because I tag them ahead of time, and they'll go and they'll retweet the tweet, and they know what time you're about to stream, so they'll come check you out. So yeah, make sure you are connecting with those people in social media.
But yeah, I see. Well, it messed up for a little bit again. So if I'm behind, y'all just refresh. I saw it mess up again. But that's it for me. I definitely appreciate everybody here. Oh, come on now. Appreciate you for the.
I just want to say thanks. This was super awesome. I love being a part of communities like this and talks like this, getting other people's game recommendations and things like that. So just thank y'all so much. This was awesome.
Look, if you ever want to talk about anything else or get I love doing this, and I just like kicking it with folks. It ain't gotta be here. If you doing something on your stream, you say, "Hey, come through." Look, that goes for anybody we cool with, anybody that's in here. That's what Twitch is about is collabing and doing your thing. Like, doing your thing, be creative, but collabing does help. That's what's good.
100%. I don't even know how many shows or events we've done together at this point, Blue, but it's always a vibe. It's always a good time. You do a phenomenal job hosting. Thank you for putting this together. Of course, B, we got more we got to do. Panda, congrats on your success. We want to see more. If you want to see more, 100%.
Definitely show some love for Panda. Yeah. Indie, BIPOC Indie Streamer of the Year. You love to see it.
Yeah, come on.
You love to see it.
Come on now.
Got to.
Love to see it. Yes.
And show the world. And keep enjoying those games. Like, you deserve it.
And thank y'all so much.
Super grateful for the opportunity. Very similar to Prez. Man, Blue makes this space a lot more easy and navigable because of his knowledge of gaming and overall connections. Y'all, it is time that we give him his just due and love. I'm gonna just steal a moment from him to try to celebrate him. The Blue A Academy festivals, we got the Indie Week Appreciation. He's always down to collab. He's always down to answer questions and stuff. So if y'all don't do it for him, do it for me who wants to do it for him. Y'all make sure y'all show him some extra love this week, for real. And thank you for having me.
So I appreciate you. Can I get some more shout outs for the homies that participated? And if that's all, look, if y'all got, of course, too, if you got anything to plug before I appreciate the words, but also make sure y'all plugging what y'all doing outside of this, but Twitch, YouTube, anything, Instagram, Threads, please feel free to let the folks know what's coming up so we can keep supporting and doing our thing. Like this, like I said, this is like y'all said just now. It's a community thing, and we really can grow if we do this together.
I'll go ahead and get mine out the way. As far as I'm concerned, of course, you can find me doing a lot of indie game support over on my channel. Also, I am currently doing a challenge where I'm playing all 717 Super Nintendo North American releases. So if retro games are a vibe for you, definitely come through and play that. Also, I'm a big chess fan, so every Tuesday now we're gonna have Chess Chat and Chill, where we learn tactics, have little small mini chess lessons, and see if we can get my my elo up a little bit. So if y'all want to come through. It's a chill community. We try to make sure everybody feels comfortable and able to come in and just have a conversation immediately. And yeah, that's me. That's the administration. Panda.
Oh,
I mean, I was reading something.
I thought Be Nice was next.
I can go.
Okay, cool. Cause I don't have much going on. I'm just here. I appreciate y'all, and I had a great time. Yay!
What's
We
good,
always
y'all?
appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate you. You guys can catch me on Be Nice or Else. The O is a 0. I'm not sorry.
I am.
I know. But also, I am a member of the Blurs Unite stream team and owner of Blurs Unite Media. And if you guys ever interested in media support, any form or fashion, that's streaming, content creation, videography, editing, graphics, branding, websites, make sure you hit us up. We also are getting ready to host our 6th Blurs Unite block party, the biggest one so far, October 16th through the 20th, which you will see with my best wishes, all 3 of these other faces during that time too.
What about Magic Johnson? Mo that.
Nope. Don't drop it.
I ain't gonna be there.
Nah. But that's all for me. Let me say bye for the YouTube side. Everybody that pulled up on the YouTube, this does help. We are making videos, content. I'm just gonna dual stream every time I'm on Twitch because why not? And trying to also just make content that folks like. Reviews. We just dropped the Astro Boy review today, a quick review, but also we dropped some of Fields of Mystery. I dropped some games that you should look forward to September. So make sure y'all check that out. And I always give feedback. If you want to see different things on this channel, let me know because I'll make it. I'll talk about it. And if y'all want to hear other conversations with, especially with the folks you see here, let me know so we can schedule that and talk about it. Because this is fun and it lets the folks in chat be involved. And again, I appreciate the folks that's been in both chats, this chat, that chat, one chat or the other, lurking, retweeted some, said, hey, I appreciate all of y'all. And I appreciate the feedback that y'all gave. So on the YouTube side, I see y'all and appreciate y'all. Bye over there. And let's see, in that. And on the Twitch side, we about to go show some love.